Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo. I'm back on the ground in the basement on another Friday night. So glad that all of you could join us here. Already seeing some people in the chats right now. We'll let them all trickle in as we get the show started. But want to say what's up to Anders. I know he was first, even though I'm not seeing it right here. But there's Anders. Mr. Tom, good to see you. Gary, Jimmy, Bremer's Ghost, good to see all of y'all in here. Happy Friday. We made it through another week without any Premier League, but we had a little bit more to talk about this week. I think the transfer window is finally open. It opened today. There were some signings or not. I don't know, some movements around. We'll see. We'll get into all of that. But first and foremost, let's do it right. Happy Friday, y'all.
Yeah.
Cheers, John. Happy Friday. Steven Denham, I see you in there. He says hi to everybody. Please, while we start the show, take 1 minute, just one moment, even while we're talking. There's a little share button right there. Hit that share. Put it out on your Twitter. I don't care if I'm the only one who follows you on Twitter. It all helps with all the algorithms and all that. And hit that like button. Go ahead and give it a little like or dislike. I don't care. Just hit something. But good to see you all. It's Friday. We are talking today. What's going to take up the majority of the conversation today is this, what you see behind me, this terrible PFA Team of the Year. I don't know. We've been going back and forth, arguing this, discussing this, who deserves to be there, who doesn't deserve to be there. It's crazy. Everybody's back and forth on all of this and wants to explain why so-and-so's on there, why Ronaldo's on there, does Salah actually deserve to be on there, does De Bruyne deserve to be on there? So we're going to get into all of that. So let me go ahead and bring in my lovely co-host to, this beer, to kick things off. Mr. Mark, how are you?
Hey, what's going on? Happy Friday. I know I need this one.
There you go.
Cheers. I got
Cheers.
a thumbs
you
up.
got a thumbs down.
I got it's a Twitter beer, I guess. Some sort of something or other. I'm not sure. How can you take this poll, this selection seriously when you only take 4 out of 20 teams and take players from just them?
Yeah.
My issue with it is that it diminishes the league to the big six.
Not even the big six.
We fought through that last year. Oh,
hey,
I'm sure there's a couple of. Thank you, Bremer.
Hey, Mark. Mark, just 1 second before you continue that rant. I just noticed something on the YouTube comment section. So not only did Jimmy throw a 5-pound note up, is that's what y'all say, right? A 5-pound note.
Sure.
He says no decent football. All I want to do is drink, sleep, and smoke for the last few weeks and watch Happy Hour. Jimmy, come on, you forgot one. But also, we're not seeing it here
on some furniture. I don't know.
We're not seeing it here on StreamYard, but Jimmy got a little recognition there. Automatic. I don't know if it's automatic, but it says member for 14 months. Jimmy has been a member of the Stoop crew for 14 months.
I want to, if I have I'd love to ring it right now. That's absolutely fantastic, man. Ring-a-ling-a-ling, bring it.
Awesome. And Pincushion is saying it's just called a fiver. All right, just a fiver. There you go. That's what we call it. I mean, we say $5, a fiver, something like that. Anyway, I cut off your rant. Like that wasn't on purpose. But go ahead and continue,
I see what
Mark.
You did there. No, I just, I mean, you started with this before you brought me on, and it's just what's on my head. It's just I just don't understand that they keep it, that they can only find players from 4 squads. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you're gonna do that, do a first team, second team, third team. I mean, give some recognition to some players that deserve their props for what they did this season, and in some cases might not do next season because maybe they're getting brought back from a loan situation. Maybe they're getting sold off. Who knows, man? I just there's more teams and there is better play than just those 4.
Yeah, so
That's the end of my rant.
here's the problem right here, Mark. I'm looking it up because we do our research on the fly and not beforehand because we're busy buying beer. But it says the short list for selections were compiled by members of the players' trade union in January. Hence why, to me, a lot of people are giving me stick for saying Salah shouldn't even be on there because he had an incredible first half of the season, but the second half of the season, not so much.
I just want to jump in on that real quick and say the following is that Man City had a great fucking start to the season and they trickled off as well. They still won the league.
They still won the league, yes. But I'm just saying maybe that's got something to do with it.
Salah had such a hot start that a tail off you wouldn't even know.
And I gotta say, Rob G, who's here, our Spurs fan here, he says fucking BS that Sonny isn't on it. And from an Arsenal fan, I knew that I was gonna have to say some nice things about some Tottenham players today. So I had to wear my Arsenal kit. But to me, I mean, how does the guy that wins the Golden Boot he wasn't even nominated for Player of the Year. He's not on that list, and it's because Tottenham were fucking fledgling in the first half of the year, and by January, they were crap.
I could see you making that case for Harry Kane because he had such a slow start to his season, but Son was pretty consistent throughout. I mean, he
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Son actually put together a hell of a season.
To go through the manager change, to go from a very
the first 5-6 games,
conservative Nuno to a defensive but yet a counter-attacking Conte.
Yeah, Kane was non-existent. Son carried them.
And it's amazing
for the first part of the season
that Kane was involved in almost 30 goals, given his slow start.
Exactly, he wasn't there
in the first 5, 6, 7 games.
I was looking at it. De Bruyne missed a shit ton of games. De Bruyne missed a shit ton of games. Either way, guys, we're gonna get into this. We've got some panelists that would love to come on and talk about this. We've all made our selections for our teams, so start thinking about it right now and put it in the comments if you have your 11 that you think. And I know we're not supposed to consider anything outside of the Premier League because to me it's I'm sorry, how do you have that many Liverpool players who scored 0 goals in 3 cup finals, who lost a cup final, the Champions League final, who won 2 cup finals on penalties? Okay, so that means Alisson should be there, sure, but
let me ask a quick question. Do those Champions League matches count?
They're not supposed to. They're not supposed to. But that's in people's head.
Is the Premier League.
Yeah. So how does the second place team have more players on there than the first place team? It's a very interesting thing.
I think depth has a lot to do with it.
I know. I understand that they rotate it, but how does Bernardo Silva make it on there? That's a shit ton of rotation, and Bernardo Silva, he had a hell of a season. But was he better than Son? Was he more influential? Was he more important than Son? I don't know. So we're gonna get some of our panelists on here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring them both on at the same time because I know Gary has a hard time even saying that team's name, so he might be quiet while we're talking about Son for a little bit. But let's go ahead and get him on here. You heard his name. You heard it right. It is Gary from Don't Waste the Tweet. And no.
Hello, everyone. Everybody in the chat.
Okay.
Hello. Lolo, Mark.
What's going on, Gary?
Hey, what's going on?
Good. It's going good.
You calling us from the desert?
Yes, I'm out here. Yeah, the road's right behind me, as you can see. That's a trip. We've got a long trip
He's taking a trip. He's taking a spiritual trip.
I just sat on the side of the road.
He
so
can become one with the fact that Arsenal is not in the Champions League next season.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna keep doing this the whole show, isn't he?
No. Y'all let it slip away.
Ooh,
Like right,
and there's
like
another
sands,
good point.
like sands through the hourglass.
Yeah, I hear you.
You guys were so confident, but anyway, we're not talking about that. That's
well, as you said,
ancient history.
I don't even
Ancient
mention
history.
that
The
team.
last I looked at the standings today. Arsenal is at the very top. You know, I
Yep.
was very surprised to see not only that, but the Wolves are at the very bottom. Probably indicators of future to come. Who knows?
Every
Who knows?
season, man. Every season. We just got to hope Accrington Stanley doesn't ever get promoted, and then we start off second place.
Oof.
You know, that would suck.
Yeah.
All right. I said we'd bring them both on, so let's bring them both on. We also have the lovely Rhiannon from All Leeds, All Leeds, not Leaves, All Leeds TV. Good to see you, Rhiannon. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you guys?
Good. Still rocking that
Very
Leeds
well.
90,
Thank
I
you for
see.
coming on the show. Oh, look at you
All right.
and your.
I'm
That's a-
repping
that's
the
a- that's a very
goalkeeper
smart
today.
The Melier. The
Yeah.
Melier right there. All right, I see. Maybe she's hinting at her team. Huh? We don't know. How did Melier get knocked off by Allison from the PFA Team of the Year? I don't know. Rob made a good point here as well. Son had 23 open play goals. So everyone else who was in contention for the Golden Boot, they're all the penalty takers as well.
Yeah, as you said, I don't like to say their names. I just call them that team. But Son, I always go back to the first day of camp or whatever you want to call it, preseason, when he walks into the office and they had the video, and I was like, he looks like a man who doesn't want to be there. Maybe it's time to go in and go get him, because he looks sad going into the office basically. But he showed up for them all year, and he's been doing that for the last number of years. Without him, I think they wouldn't be anywhere where they need to be. So I was surprised he wasn't on there. I mean, what do you have to do? Does Golden Boot not give you any kind of like cred? Like, no, what?
I also
not,
saw
and,
that
and not to
Ronaldo
mention like
was
the
in
12,
on it.
15 assists he had this year.
Yeah.
I mean, the man was, like you said, he kept them afloat until Harry Kane decided, you know what? I guess City doesn't want me. Nobody wants me. I guess I'm just going to have to play some football, And
I think Son looked a little dejected in the beginning of the season, because I felt like there was a lot of that, like Spurs are dead because Harry Kane. And he's like, yo, I've been scoring shit ton of... Who do you think supplies him with most of his goals? We collectively have the most goals together.
They
so fuck off.
collectively keep Spurs afloat.
Yeah,
and
last
they keep
year
Spurs afloat.
I called the Kane son Kane the love connection.
I thought when they brought Nuno in, the best thing they could do was just sell both of them, take the monies, and then retool. Because you're not going to get that money anymore.
Can deal with.
I mean,
Nuno can't work with. I don't think Nuno can work with those two players, because he needs a lot of help. The team needs a lot of help for him, anyways.
I also think that like there was a lot of uncertainty when Nuno was managing. And as I said at the start of the season, I mean, this is like two people with no date to the prom, and they've asked everybody, and everyone said no, and they're like, do you have a date to the prom? I don't know. Do you have a date to the prom? Do you want to go? Should we just go to the prom? And they went to the prom, and it sucked, and they left with other people.
Yep. Listen,
that's
Mo
exactly
Master,
what fucking happened.
Mo Master, good to see you on here. He said Benzema wins the Ballon d'Or. Who cares about the Golden Boot? Let me just say, if Son would have gone to Real Madrid 2 seasons ago, he would have a trophy cabinet that any Tottenham fan would be envious of. You think he would have hurt them winning the league? You think he would have hurt them against Liverpool in the final? Like, I mean, come on. So, Rhiannon, sorry, you keep trying to talk and we keep talking over you.
No,
you seem like you had something to say.
No, I was just surprised to see. Well, I shouldn't know. What I was going to say is I wasn't surprised to see Ronaldo on, despite the shocking season he's had as well at Manchester United. Not only have Manchester United been so shockingly bad, but the fact that he hasn't been setting the Premier League alight like everyone thought he would be, the way he has done in the past.
But he still put goals in. They won a lot of games that
he's
he
there with
scored
his
in.
laurels. He's there because he's Ronaldo.
I have a hard time with Ronaldo on here as well, but it's tough because they were so bad, and he did still score so many goals, and he's 30-7. And it's his first year in the Premier League, essentially, after a decade away, you know? Like,
Yeah.
but he's not given the, it's hard to adjust to life back in the he's not given any of that. He's given,
when
but
you're
Ronaldo.
considered,
so he's held to such a high standard, and he scored a shit ton of goals.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
No, when you're a
And he was
goat.
off penalties.
No, think about it. When you're a
this
goat,
stage of
that's what you
Ronaldo's
get.
career,
Right?
he's like a Randy Moss or a Terrell Owens. He's like, yeah, I'll play when I want to play, and I'll fucking rip it up, but I don't want to play every day. I don't want to.
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to give that. I'm not going to give that effort.
To me, Ronaldo's season was not a bust. I would say he had a decent season despite his team.
He had,
despite
18,
how terrible they are.
Yeah, but they relied on Ronaldo.
When you get 18 goals and the team struggles, I mean, what more? What are you asking? If this?
No, but the thing is, the whole when obviously Ronaldo came to Manchester United, they all the freaking scum fans were like, "Oh my god, we're going to be challenging for the title now!" Blah 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 blah. And it's just
maybe they should have.
But it's backfired in their faces, hasn't it? Because
Can
it's done so bad. To me, Ronaldo hasn't done as good as everyone expected. But maybe that's just because the rest of the team have failed compared to him.
Exactly.
Can I ask?
I know nobody wants to. I mean, I feel like sorry, Mark. I just feel like he should be on that list because he did what he was. He came into the league, he scores, and he did it right. The team around him, not so much. If they were anywhere close to the talent levels that they have, we would be looking up at them as well, right? We would be, right? Some of us would be looking up.
Ronaldo's got something in his eye.
No, I kind of feel like, you know what? He showed you. I think he showed you why he's considered one of the best players in the world all time, right? Because this is what he did with a team that was basically done. They weren't playing for their manager. Some of them did not want to be there. You could see that they weren't playing as a team. I mean, he said, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to try my best. You guys can come along with me. If they showed up for him, think about it. If they showed up for him, they would have had the type of season most people thought they would have. They did not show up for him, and you got the best player.
It was mismanaged, mishandled, and all that. And then you hear all these fucking Manchester United fans that go, yes, he scored the most goals, but that actually hurt us. And I'm like, what?
I'm not sure.
He became the focus. So, and the people who call him a tap-in merchant, yeah, a lot of his goals are tap-ins, but just look at the goal against Arsenal. He came out of nowhere, and it was a tap-in for sure, but it was a brilliant cross by whoever the fuck did it. Yeah. And he... 37-year-old man outran a 22-year-old and outplayed him and snuck in between two players and put his foot in the right place, and it went in. Tap in, yes, but what led up to it and faking everybody out thinking he wasn't, and then that burst of speed. And I'm in the Ronaldo Messi conversation. I'm Messi. I'm Messi all the way on that. But there's some undeniable things that happen. And for him to back off on penalties and allow them to make that mistake and put everybody else up on penpenalties, is crazy. So I'm not giving any love to Manchester United, first of all. Fuck them. They're terrible. They're a terrible organization.
And with Ronaldo being, added to the top players, whatever, is Man United's season different if Pogba doesn't get hurt?
No, because they don't know how to use Pogba. They don't know how to use Pogba.
Certainly knew how to use him in that first match.
Week 1, and then they were like, "Oh, he did great. Let's go back to what we were doing."
Yeah, and he got hurt in the next game.
It's fucking terrible. Anyway, who are some of these other? John, do you have the picture of the team, the PFA team? There you go. So we got
why is
Allison.
PAA on there?
Here's my thing. Pull Trent and put him in midfield, okay, and then give me 4 defenders because Trent is not a defender.
No, he's shockingly bad. I think as a right back.
I think he nearly cost them the Champions League.
To me, he's not a classic out and out right back that you
expect.
So
did he have a great season? Yeah, as a winger. So bring him up in that and play a 3-4-3 or something. But do not. How dare you put him on the back line next to Van Dijk and Rudiger? Cancelo was arguably the same thing. Cancelo did some amazing things. He's a way better defender than Trent. However, he gets forward all the time and gets caught out because he wanders. But that's Pep's team. The whole team just wanders around, and that's when goals get leaked in. But I'm less concerned with Cancelo there because I saw Cancelo make some incredibly good defensive. But I guarantee you, if Van Dijk was not on that team, Trent is nowhere near this list because Van Dijk covers his ass like a diaper.
Absolutely.
100%.
That's called a nappy over in the UK.
Like a nappy.
Like a nappy, yeah.
I guess I was lazy because I left Trent in there. I think because I was rushed, so I just went with some. I made some adjustments.
So here's the question with that, Gary.
He had 24 hours to figure this out. I mean,
I didn't have 24.
No,
hours.
I sent it like earlier today. But here's the thing. I was arguing with Chris. Is okay in this list. Do you need 4 defenders, 4 5 midfielders, and a striker, or 2 strikers in this, or do you need the best 11? Or the best 10 and a keeper?
I think for our purposes here, it might be in the same format that the Premier League Team of the Year was done. Just for the sake of ease.
But if you're going to put him on that back line there,
you know.
No. And to me, Matip, I felt like Matip was better than Van Dijk.
Oh, yeah. No,
Matip has this very cool, calm way of playing.
Was one of those things was like a super surprise, for any fan, let alone a Liverpool fan, because the person that you expected to fill that spot was the guy that they got, Konate.
Konate, yeah.
They got him for like 35 mil, and he sat on the bench because of Matip.
I mean, Matthew Burgess here has a good
Is that
point.
the Van Dijk effect, or is that Matic being really good this year? Because I feel I think having Van Dijk sitting on the back line makes everybody else around him a lot better than most people think. I just
have to say there were so many one-on-ones with Matip where you're like, oh shit, and he's like lazily running back and then just gets the ball, turns around and goes, and you're like, wait, what happened to that break? So there were those moments that really impressed me.
His challenges this
season. He doesn't freak out. He doesn't pull any Gabriel moments. Who
could come up behind him if he does make that mistake? I don't know. I just kind of feel like sometimes the magic rubs off, and you do look good, better, and you do look confident
Absolutely.
in what you're doing. So that's kind of where I go back to. Did Van Dijk have a down year compared to the previous year? Probably, but
I mean, Van Dijk was still very good, and I don't begrudge Van Dijk for making it on the list because Alisson had so many clean sheets. Why? Because he has fucking Van Dijk and Matip in front of him, or Konate, or somebody else.
It's easy to look good for Team of the Year when you are surrounded by.
But to me, why isn't Ruben Diaz on there? Why isn't Ruben Diaz on there?
I was thinking about Diaz.
How close was the voting?
Who knows? But here's a good question by Matthew Burgess, guys. I want to get to some of these comments. Sorry, John. Who instead of Trent Alexander-Arnold, though? So if we are looking at 2 central defenders and a left back and a right back, honestly speaking, who other than Trent? It's hard not to give it to Trent.
Pre-injury, Reece James.
You can't say pre-injury. You got to say the whole season.
No, but
Reece James was blowing it up.
but then he didn't play the rest of the season, so you can't.
But like I'm saying, pre-injury,
you've made it clear that this was decided in January. So how is this being the team of the year? So then
Reece James would have been a possible choice instead of Trent.
Exactly. Because if this has been decided in January,
it's not. That's when the short list is made. So I'm sure Reece James was on the short list. Chilwell might have been.
The season, is it?
No,
because
Chilwell wouldn't have made that. He got injured in like the fourth game of the season.
Well, it says the short list are selected in January by members of the Players' Trade Union, and then they're voted for by other players in those leagues, in whichever league they're doing at the end of the season.
So is this for the 2021 year, or is this for the 21-22 season? You know,
it has to be 21-22. Why else they
I
would release it?
I just doesn't make
why stop it
in January? It just seems like you're kind of cutting yourself short a little bit, you know.
Yeah, but it's tough because if we're looking left back, right back, like, yeah, I mean, how do you really choose other than those two guys right there? But for me, I would rather look at 4 defenders because 4 out of the 11, or I guess 5 out of the 11, should be on the defensive side. And players like Ruben Diaz, Matip, they kept City and Liverpool where they were. So, oh shit, and I just saw Mr. Tom is here. I'm sure he has something to say. Let's get him on here. You got to break the door down, Tom. Wake up, Tom.
Greetings.
How are you,
Hello.
man?
Hello.
Hello, Gary.
You, Tom.
Hello, Leeds supporter. Hello, everyone. Greetings. Hello to all my fans. So, I have fans, don't worry.
That would be me.
Yeah.
Now your fans, Tom.
No. We're all fans of Mr. Tom. You know, he's got the Macho Man shirt on, and what looks like a very well used Andre the Giant in his cup.
No, I've not. It's actually Ravishing Rick Rude. All right. And
Ravishing Rick Rude with the Firpo stash.
Yeah.
Nobody wants the Firpo stash.
Tom, let me know your thoughts. What is the basic? What are your basic thoughts on this?
There's an obvious bias to a certain side of Liverpool, which is shocking yet unsurprising.
Yeah, it's unsurprising. It is. And are there any glaring errors straight off the bat? I know we've all kind of harped on Ronaldo and Trent for the most part. Are you waiting? Are you going to wait until your team gets put up?
I can't wait for my team to get put up.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and kick this off. I believe we have everybody who's on here. I believe we actually did a little bit of production work, pre-production. Fuck this team is what we're saying. On the Stoop Lolo presents Happy Hour Real Team of the Year. Greta approved. Jesus Christ. Who taught this man Greta. Photoshop? That was me.
Nobody.
Nobody. He's like, I'm using MS Paint. All right, so let's go with Mr. Tom. You're first and foremost. In the back, we have manager Mr. Tom.
Right,
go ahead
I've got my pointer. All right, so imagine I've got the whiteboard behind me, and I'm going to point. And basically, I would actually shift Thiago further inwards because the world's greatest superstar, the greatest left back, the man who taught Trent how to Trent, Junior Firpo, the man, the myth, the legend. But I know you've got a question.
What is this crap?
Why is Melier your goalkeeper?
What is this crap?
He conceded the most goals this season, right? But he also made the most saves, and he's a personal friend of mine. So in the team you go, mate. And
And you left Trent in.
Why you picked? Why'd you? I left Trent. Who would I have put in his place? But at the same time, that was convenient that someone else said that, because I just copied the actual real team and then made the changes, and I forgot about Trent. But anyway, more importantly, yeah, Van Dijk and Diaz, great centre backs.
Is that like Prince Harry as De Bruyne?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out who is that. Why is he in a suit?
It's like, why is De Bruyne in a suit?
And obviously, some people in the comment section may have said, "Oh, you got to pick Foden," but Mount had more stats than Foden, so that's why I picked Mount ahead of Foden.
And you have the Eddie Nketiah there.
Listen. I was going to put Ben White in centre back, but I forgot he existed when I was actually writing this. So otherwise, I would have gone
with Mount. Though. You've disappointed me.
No, I would have got. I had to go with my boy. My boy has to go up front. My boy's on left back. It's just a boys. It's a boys fest. It's my boys. I'm very excited. Excited. No, but I couldn't justify him under Foden, so I didn't want to pick Salah because it's the team of the season, not the team from August to February. So,
Mason Mount didn't play like 2 months.
Yeah, but I didn't watch him. So
neither did Rafinha. Let's be honest.
Well, Master, I think Charlie Murphy was one of the best.
Can I tell you what I actually wanted to put in this? I wanted to put Canos in this.
Wait, you held back? You held back?
Yeah, I wanted to put Canos in this, but I couldn't justify it. So I went with Meslier instead, because Meslier, he's a genius. I'll tell you what, I didn't just say that about all the saves. The real genius of the Leeds goalkeeper was, if I let Canos score on the last day, he's going to get excited that he scored past Leeds again, and he's going to take his shirt off. And then he might do something silly immediately after. And he did, and it saved us. So Meslier, hero. Personal hero and friend of mine. Therefore,
oh my God,
sorted.
This team is great. I don't think I looked at it hard enough when you sent it over. I didn't realize some of these on here. At least you got Son on there. You got De Bruyne. You got Thiago, Van Dijk.
No, I've got the spine of the team. No, I've got the spine of the team, which is Firpo, Meslier, Rafinha, and Eddie Nketiah. The rest are just window dressing.
Firpo.
Firpo is going to be the greatest left back you've ever seen. I'm telling you.
And his fucking pre-11th grade mustache.
Firpo's mustache is a work in progress, I'll have you know.
His mustache is called Firpo.
So is his playing ability.
You're growing a nice Firpo there.
Oh my God. Ravishing Rick Rude. You should turn him around. He shouldn't have to look at that mustache. Oh my God. Okay.
That's where Firpo got it from.
So, Rhiannon, what are your thoughts on this team? I know you're wearing the Meslier. He's copying you up there. What are your thoughts on this team? You got 3 Leeds United players. Oh, wait. Let's go. Let's stick with Tom's team for a minute.
What a teaser.
Stick with Tom's team. Rhiannon, tell me your thoughts on Tom's team. Now, we're just going to have to skip you because now we know what you're...
Yeah, exactly.
Spoiler, it's a great team.
My only issue with that team is Mount. I'm sorry, it's Mount. You can't.
Not Nketiah, not Firpo.
No,
it's Mason
Mount.
Mount.
Nketiah had a failed loan with us, so he's written off. So I'm not bothered by him. But Mount, the shit that Leeds fans give him.
Failed loan? What are you talking about?
Because of Derby County. You know he was on loan at Derby County when it caused me freaking because they went to the playoffs to get, playoff final and beat.
Yeah, but he got sent there against his will. That was Frank. He got sent there against his will. He couldn't help that.
I don't care. Exactly. He's got freaking.
Oh, Jimmy's mad at you, Tom.
You can't
How dare you put a Chelsea?
That, Mr. Tom. You can't justify that. Exactly. Jimmy.
Gary, Gary, what are your thoughts on this team?
First,
is it better or worse than the PFA?
I think this is a little bit worse. Just a little. I'm going to get
Little
just a
bit
little
worse.
bit worse.
This team would literally beat every single one of your teams you're about to put up there. I guarantee it.
Except for when they go down the
Firpo
right-hand
is-
side. Diaz is in trouble.
Ah.
He's playing by himself over there.
No.
In the middle of the pitch, you got Harry
No, but
there.
you-
It's not the right Harry.
This isn't exactly laid out how I specified. I wanted
okay.
Thiago more central, so Firpo had the entire side of the pitch to himself because that's his dominance.
Wow.
Yeah,
All
your
right.
knickers are showing there.
Are you
man.
complaining about my editing skills?
I would never do
No,
that.
Mr. Tom sent me like he sent me like directions on how to get his team set up, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
In Kedia, so that's just based on. So I guess it's just based on what, the last 10 games of the season. What you're looking at?
No, Mr. Tom loves Eddie Nketiah.
I know. He keeps saying that his team Leeds are going to take him from us. Go on, just pay the money. Take him.
Go right ahead. Pay the
We
money.
wouldn't have to pay any money. He's out of contract.
Well, then go get him.
Not convinced.
Uh-huh.
I'm more focused on getting Firpo ready for August.
Oof.
Yeah, agree, Tom.
No, I
Oh,
don't.
man.
Yeah,
Tom, I had to
the
tweet that.
top
don't
and bottom
think
of this
Firpo
game is a little
works
bit
at
suspect.
all.
Listen.
You'll
I
be
don't
eating
mean-
your
Anyway.
words about Firpo at the end of this season.
Listen, I don't mean to be rude to
Next
Mark,
slide,
Gary, and
please.
Rhiannon, but you have put the main event first, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing's going to be superior to this.
No, I'm not gonna.
No. We should have started with me, Mark, and Gary because Jesus.
Because you have actually taken this seriously, I suspect, which means I think you didn't
man.
actually follow the
we
brief.
had like barely 3 hours to do it.
I
should
did it in
need
4
more
minutes,
time than
and
that.
you can
Barely
tell.
3 hours. I sent it out last night.
I was in bed when you sent it out because
It's
I
not
know.
my fault. You're a little twat. It is not my
No,
fault.
actually, I'm a
You
big
need your
fat
pajamas.
twat. Get it right,
Okay.
motherfucker.
Big fat twat. What are your thoughts on this team? Your new nickname, by the way.
He knows his name. He did respond to it.
Son, I agree. De Bruyne, I agree. Van Dijk, I agree. Melier, I actually considered, but
It's
made
not
the
a
most
bad
sense.
point
there
that
were
Tom made.
more.
It's not a bad
there were
point.
more keepers that were more spectacular. This season.
It would have been Melier,
Firpo,
Sarr, or Alisson.
you are the dumbest man, and you're throwing two fingers in the air, and I don't know why you have Firpo. It makes no
Wave
sense.
him
to me.
around like you just
Because
don't care.
he's a hero.
Mason Mount, I thought it was only the Premier League that counted, because we didn't see nearly enough of Mason Mount this season. And
I didn't want
Ketia,
to
the
pick.
same
I didn't
thing,
want to
man.
pick Foden. All right.
Once
I don't like Foden.
once Arteta fully understood that Lacazette was not coming back to Arsenal, it was like, you don't want to play for me? Well, you're not going to play. You know, and so Ketia got his chance, and it worked out. He's getting a contract. Son, I completely agree with.
My midfield is quite tasty.
And
if we're being
and
objective.
Rafinha, I'll talk about Rafinha later. And I
All
love Prince Harry in the middle.
All right, Tom. I think this team is brilliant. Moving on. Let's get our next one up there. Who do we have next, Director John? We have Rhiannon. She goes with.
Is this the all injury replacement team?
This
He made it. He made another team.
Rhiannon. We
Firpo's
now
in
have
another team.
2 teams in a row with Firpo, Melier, and Rafinha. This is very Rhiannon. Explain yourself here.
This is the team that won against Brentford on the last game of the season where we stayed up. Simple.
Fair enough. So
This team's
so
outstanding.
Jack
if I'm
Harrison
being
is
honest.
your player of the year.
If I'm being completely non-biased, this team's outstanding. The only change I would make is I would probably swap Rodrigo with Nketiah.
And I'm sorry.
I'll stick to
You know
it.
what?
I
Rodrigo would
said it
probably do
last
better on
time,
our
I'll say
team.
it this time, but Greenwood was shit for you guys. I didn't think he rated at all.
It doesn't
I
matter. He
don't
played
think
that
that's the
day.
criteria, Mark.
He played that day.
Greenwood's the hero of the Lego Stadium. Leave him alone, young man.
Saul. Furpo is not
Um,
Simple Jack. That title goes to Emil Smith Rowe.
Oh man.
Shit. That's all. Okay, Mr. Tom
Sorry.
or Rhiannon, do you have anything else you need to say about your team, or should we see what everybody else thinks?
No, I'm happy with my team.
All right,
I
Mr.
still think
Tom.
my
Or
team
let's
would
start
beat
from
it.
let's start with the top. Mark, what are your thoughts on this team?
It's Leeds, and anything else, go fuck them.
All right, Gary.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, they all got the same type of shirt on. I don't understand how this works. Why do they all have the same? Oh, yeah, there you go. I guess that's what it is. That's what it's all about.
They all have the
Wow.
same.
Like you
shirt
said, I
on.
don't understand
I
how
don't know how
Nketiah
this
does not get
works.
in this team,
Uh,
and I think that's where this thing that's where you kind
Am I
of
s-
lose me, and that's probably
Who am I
that's probably
supposed
the
to
one
chase?
one big negative going on there if there's one. Yeah, good job, good job.
At a push, move Cooper out, Ben White in, maybe. Rodrigo out, and Nketiah in, definitely.
Where's Helder
Manager
Costa
name,
gonna
change
go?
manager name
Helder
from Rhiannon
Costa.
to Marcelo Bielsa, possibly. And wonderful. Sorry, young lady. Wonderful job. A job only I could have done better. But anyway, because I did. I mean,
like it.
sorry.
This team seems a bit biased.
No shit.
Can we switch Rodri and
I just
And
like
Jaffe.
that people in the comments are going, okay, I understand that. I love that 2 of our 3 actual midfielders didn't make it, Forshaw and Cleach, who actually played more. And they're like, oh, I'd have Forshaw in for Greenwood. It doesn't matter. This is the team that played the last game of the season.
It was the exact team that
When
started
it came-
against Brentford. Like, if I wanted Forshaw clicking, I would have picked a game like 2, 3, I don't know, like 4 months ago. Not
Sorry.
Ross and
I
format,
tell ya,
maybe.
this was the
Rudolph
squad-
Austin in midfield.
that brought
Oh,
down
man.
Brentford to
I'm
10, and then they couldn't win, so they brought them down to 9. They're like, oh yes, we can beat 9.
We did. It's not that we can. We did. We factually did. We beat them.
9.
Oh, wow.
I don't care. That's like
I
it's like when
wouldn't
it's
either
like-
if I was a Leeds
that is
diehard.
no, seriously, but that is totally down to Thomas Franks, and also it's down to freaking Canos. He shouldn't have.
Yeah,
have been
Kenneth's
stupid.
fucked up. He fucked
That's
up.
what Tom was saying. Melier's
And
brilliant for
also-
that.
Yeah.
And why would and
Oh,
also
Melier,
the manager
what a
shouldn't
plan.
have gone through all 3 subs before the 75-minute mark? You run
Yeah,
that.
he
risk.
thought he was clever.
I
Yeah, he
honestly don't think they had much of a chance because they did have a
He
couple
is
of
clever,
injuries.
to be fair to him.
Wow. Okay.
Because I
Thomas
heard,
Frank
I heard
clever?
that one. Yeah. Because I heard that
Yeah.
one person actually had big money bet on Leeds to stay up, and his name was T. Frank. Sorry, no, that's too obvious. Thomas F. And
Are you taking a piss, man?
Me?
I'm always taking the piss. That's what I do.
Oh. I was like, it's
Anyway,
usually a
more
question I have.
importantly, sorry. I thought I personally, right, and I'm a bit of a quiet person, but I personally would give this team a score out of 10 of about 46.
Oh,
All right. Let's move on to the boring ones.
yeah, exactly. Oh, my.
Who actually picked teams? Who do we have next? Jersey Chris isn't here yet, so we're gonna go with Mark. Mark, explain yourself. This is a very colorful team you got here.
This is a
Lots of
colorful
kits.
team. I'm
Still a Leeds player. What kind of show
Yeah.
is this already?
actually I'm gonna jump right
2
to
Wolves?
that.
Until a loser picks 2 players from their own team. Unbelievable.
Okay, go, Mark.
Well, my thinking is along the following. Outside of the obvious, there shouldn't be free passes for fucking, the top 4, top 5, top 6, to play, to get in this. I was really disgusted by that. And I was just like, you know what? I wanted to pick individuals who had, they had a good season. They're solid, but they're overshadowed by the top squads. For me, Jose Sa, I put him there because it was his first season in the Premier League and he rocked it. I almost put Aaron Ramsdale in, but Aaron Ramsdale has been in the league for a while. This was Sa's first time in the league, and he did very, very well. Van Dijk, obviously. Diaz, obviously. Matt Tip, like I said earlier, him coming in to a position that Liverpool had spent $35-40 million pounds on Konate and holding down that spot, I felt he deserved it. Plus, he's a really great player with the outlet pass. Reece James, prior to injury, was destroying it. Absolutely destroying it. Conor Gallagher, I just want to mention because he's going to go back to Chelsea and be buried on that bench, and we will never hear from him again. De Bruyne, obviously. Neves, because everybody wants him. And if Wolves had wingers that he could fucking pass to, Wolves would be pretty awesome. But Rafinha, the elephant in the room. He had 11, 12 goals this year. Anyone? Am I close to being right? 11 to 12 goals.
11.
He had 7 or 8 that went off the woodwork. He could have been super lucky and scored all of those, or super he was unlucky. I don't know, but he could have had 19, 20 goals this season. So that's why I picked Rafinha. Salah because.
Hold on. Saul says, Mark, your left back needs to be a specialist. Firpo would be my suggestion. And Mo Master agrees.
And then Son, because he was fucking robbed. Son should be on that fucking team. And he was robbed. He had a great fucking season. He held shit down, as I said earlier on. And yeah, I know we all have trouble saying spurts or, whatever you want to call them. But there were 2 players on that team that, holy shit, they're very good players. Son is on my team. Kane, I almost brought in only because he still competed for the Golden Boot and didn't score in his first 8 matches. Harry Kane.
Who was that? Yeah.
Can I suggest why I don't think why Son isn't really in the team? Because I think all the footballers that voted watched when Son had the ball kicked at him and he went down like he'd been shot. And they all thought, I'm not voting for this cunt.
Oh my God, you're talking about 95% of the fucking league. And if you say, well, not Leeds, I'm going to say you're full of shit.
Saul says Mark needs to be drunker before he does homework. His selection includes reasons. What a show off.
Saul, I want to thank you
Mark,
because
let me
also one of our longest supporters on the show. And I just want to thank you because you understand that I'm a reasonable motherfucker.
Okay, guys, so what do you guys think about Mark's selection?
I heard that there's a curse that Man City can't win the title, the Champions League, until Prince Harry and Brock Lesnar acknowledge that he's their love child. So, look him up there. They definitely had him, De Bruyne as the kid. It's true. The team's good. I mean, it's objectively a good team, but there's no comedy value to be had from it, really, apart from. Well, actually, can I tell one of the reasons I didn't pick Reece James at right backs because I didn't know he was a right back. So
I think it's very arbitrary where they're positioned.
Yeah, John was just trying to. We just sent names in, and John is just sending. John is just trying to fit them all in there on a. So it's not actually.
Like
Van Dijk isn't the left back. It's like four defenders.
I think Chris talked about this. It's like you don't necessarily have to put them in positions.
Like Salah and Rafinha play on the same side.
If I was to do like a three in the back, I mean Connor Cody would be on my team without a doubt. You know.
I actually wanted to go with the 0-0-10 formation, but I thought that might be a bit spicy.
Okay, so let me just say, Mark, Reece James is tough because he did only play like half a season. That being said, his first half of the season was incredible. He was absolutely incredible.
Everybody put them on their fantasy team, I guarantee it.
And I have to say, I respect your decision to put 3 of your 4 are actual defenders. Matip, Van Dijk, and Diaz. I respect that. I also really like Conor Gallagher. The dude, let's be honest, as good as Crystal Palace were, where did they finish the season? They were like 12th, 13th. They were down there. They weren't in the top 10.
Yeah,
they weren't high up.
Yeah,
Conor Gallagher could have possibly kept them out of a relegation battle because he was massive
on the team.
Excuse me, 3 of my 4 were defenders. I had 3 defenders and 1 legend.
No, I didn't respect anything about your list.
Well, I had the best list.
You did. I respected your list. I didn't respect anything about it.
You should, but it would beat this team.
Shut up, Gary. What do you think about this?
Beat this team.
Gary, what do you? And then just let me say, Rafinha. No, you don't get to absolutely not show up for 5, 6, 7 matches in a row and throw hissy fits on the side because your team isn't doing what you want him to do.
I don't know, man. Rafinha could have scored 20 goals this year if he had a little bit of luck.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. So could I. If I had a little bit of luck that got me to be on a Premier League team, that got me to be
against
talented.
Somebody, or Patrick Bamford. We talked about the shoulda, coulda, woulda, about him just like fucking doing the Timo Werner imitation.
I did nearly pick Patrick Bamford.
Jesus Christ. Does anybody know if he's okay after his engagement? He got down on one knee. Want to make sure that he didn't sprain it.
Let's just hope he didn't celebrate the wedding
or something.
Yeah.
You know, because he's a lord now. You know, somebody else should be kneeling for him.
I think I asked Gary what your thoughts were on this team, but
yeah,
we've all steamrolled
the ones
him.
that stand out for me are Gallagher, Neves, and Son. I definitely they were in my list. They were definitely in my list of players. Gallagher definitely stood out for that Crystal Palace team. You know, there was many a game where you're just like Gallagher. You know, and Neves, I just like him. I mean, I hated playing the team I hated playing the Wolves just because you had Neves and all the players around him and stuff like that. They piss me off sometimes, but not this year. Definitely last year for sure. And Son, he does what he does, right? So I think that was basically a big snub there for him. Rafinha, like I said, I'm not sure why he's there. He didn't have a good year. He might have had some good spots.
I disagree with that. I
think he had some good spots in certain
and
games.
Leeds fans, can you hear me out here? Because last year Rafinha scored 5 goals. This year he scored 11 and had 7 off the woodwork.
He
also had a number of assists.
We don't count misses,
and
right?
so I honestly, he had a better year than last year. Mm-hmm. Definitely had a better year, and I think if
he scored 11 goals, didn't take 11
as
shots.
Lolo would say, the rub of the green,
the same thing,
and have those goals go in rather than out. Yeah. Rafinha would have had fucking 19 goals this season.
Yeah, but our success last year was more because of everyone chipping in.
Yeah, but this isn't a coulda, woulda, shoulda top.
Yeah. No, I
Coulda,
like I
woulda,
said, I think
shoulda, like-
Rafina is a really good player. He didn't have a good year for me.
He had
I think-
he had a better year than last
I didn't
year.
think
I'm
he.
not
I
saying-
don't think
but
he had
not
a
for-
bad
we're talking
year.
team of the
He had
year.
5
We're
goals
talking about
last
team
year.
of the
He had
year.
11 goals this year. Does that not?
But we're talking team of the year.
Define
We're not
a
talking
better-
better than last year, right? We're talking about compared to everybody else in the league, right?
All right, so let's have you also on top of like the Partey injury, have Arsenal lose Basaka and
We got Basaka. We got Juan Basaka.
I'm sorry, not Basaka, but Saka. Sorry, I was
No,
was
because
thinking
I actually like
Rudiger.
Juan Basaka when he's not
I was
wearing
thinking
red.
Rudiger, but I actually meant Saka. Let's have you lose
you
Saka
mean this
for almost. Oh Jesus, man!
I'm looking forward to
I
seeing
never knew
Gary's
you
team.
were someone. To
No, we
wear
don't have
another man's
Jesus
name
yet.
on your back.
We don't have Jesus yet. We're praying to Jesus to get Jesus, even though
Oh
I'm
my
like
God, I think we're
our Jesus
probably-
rolls around the
probably
floor
praying
more.
just to get through this segment.
Well, I haven't got to talk in a while, and you guys,
Oh,
it's really
please.
upsetting to me.
Got to
I'm
talk
gonna-
in a while.
I'm gonna-
What does
I'm
that
gonna-
mean? Like in the
I'm
last
gonna
2
pass
minutes?
the con-
In the
I'm
last
gonna
2
pass
minutes,
the beer
Lolo hasn't
can
got
to
to
you.
speak. Everyone, the world just stopped. Screech.
It is. I'm like moving on. You guys
once
are talking
managed to
too
make
much
a sam-
football.
I once made a sandwich in the time it took Lolo to stop talking on one of Gary's shows. And when I say sandwich, I mean I actually baked the bread first. And
Well, because on Gary's show, nobody interrupts you. If you just keep
It's
talking,
true.
they'll just
I
sit
know.
there quietly and wait for you to
I know.
finish. And I'm like, bunch of suckers, bunch of suckers. I'm just
so
gonna keep
delightfully
talking.
polite.
I need big people on to hear myself speak. Come on.
Good night, Graham. Graham's
Yeah.
heading out.
All right, see ya.
But
Graham, give us a like and all the things before you go, and all the
Yeah.
rest of you too.
okay, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next team. I believe it's Gary. It should be Gary.
It's getting even more
It
boring.
is Gary.
Sorry, people.
Gary,
It's
go
getting
ahead
more-
and talk. You get to explain yourself.
You know what? I just said that at least when I saw those red shirts on the other one I had, you know what? I think the blue team in the middle of the pitch was really good for them this year. That's kind of where I went with it. I hated Rodri, which meant, he probably gets on the list for me anyways. Maybe not for some, but for me, definitely. Silva, of course, had a good year, and De Bruyne, he does when he's healthy. And I think that's the only thing he had going against him this year. Just wasn't healthy enough for them to make it easy for them in the league, and definitely in the Champions League when he struggled there. That kind of hurt them, I think. I like the middle there with Van Dijk and Rudiger. It kind of, for me, the little contrasting styles. Rudiger will run through you. Van Dijk will just kind of finesse around you, kind of thing for me. So those two together, I think, works. I get the Trent out there probably isn't really a right back. I mean, Martinelli made him look silly, right? So, and
Didn't
so
score,
that's
but made him look silly.
he definitely made him look silly. But like I said, Son and Ronaldo up top.
no one made Firpo look silly this year.
He made
No.
himself look silly.
Yeah, no, I think Ronaldo did. He wanted a striker who scores goals. That's what he did. And I think he should be commended for that. And Son kept that team going, and that's where, he did a really good job there. For me, so that's kind of my team there. It's boring. Sorry, it's not as entertaining as the first two. But that's my team. I know, Mark, you got.
All right, Tom, or whoever
I'll
wants to talk.
gladly give my 2 cents. I think you need a little dash of Firpo here.
Oh shoot!
'Cause that's what I'm reading.
There's no
But-
Dominican flavour. There's no Dominican
on
flavour
the
to this
honest,
team, damn it.
I also thought about putting Rudiger in my the team of the year. So I can jive with that. I mean, when I look at Ronaldo, I'm just like, I can put Kane, I can put Jota. I mean, as far as like production and making the team better. I have a hard time with Ronaldo on any team right now. Yeah, I said it.
I don't know. You said Jota, make the team better, but the team around him was better. So he just kind of added more, whereas Ronaldo was kind of playing by himself, it seems sometimes, and still making
Well,
it.
first of all, he was offsides for most of the season.
18 goals. So imagine if he wasn't then, I guess, right? So I don't know which one. He still got 18 goals. So he was onside at least 18 times, right? So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think this team's more likely to do well against my team because Son would probably get a few goals while Firpo was too busy positioning Ronnie in his pocket.
Firpo would spend 20 minutes on the pitch holding his ankle.
Nah, it's not true. It's not true. He would produce a defensive and attacking masterclass. Just you wait. Don't worry. He's our secret weapon. I'm telling you.
Listen, Gary, I think if this team were to have come out, we would be having similar conversations that we are now, but a lot of people would accept this team. To me, Rodri and Bernardo Silva and De Bruyne, I don't know if Rodri and Bernardo Silva, it's tough there. However, do you get what I'm saying? This would be a team where it would be debated. However, you can't lie that all these players had really good seasons. Fuck Rodri, first of all.
Well, that's why I told you I hate him, but I kind of felt I still had to give him a little bit of respect. That's why I put him in there. For me, it might not be the same for most, but for me, I kind of whenever I heard his name.
So who are we missing?
Cringed.
You have Son in there for Mane.
Mm-hmm.
You have Rodri in for Thiago,
Yep.
and that's it, right?
This team upsets
so
me
I was a little lazy, I guess, in that sense that didn't change.
So
much
Rodri
from
and
what I thought.
Thiago, I don't know, similar. Son for Mane. Yeah, there you go. All right, anybody else got any thoughts on this team?
I think Silva's a good choice here.
It's too good.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
It's a good football
it's
team.
Too good. It might give
good.
your team a challenge and Rhiannon's
Well, yeah, give my team a challenge. A challenge your team wouldn't win. But that's not the point, is it? Point is that this is a good football team. It's got good footballers, and there's not really much I can say about it.
How about you change Rudiger for Firpo, and then I'll be happy.
All right,
because I hate Rudiger.
Listen, there's not enough Nketiah for a start.
On the stoop with Lolo with 20% more.
All right, let's see who the next team is. Am I next?
Yeah, you're next.
Oh shit. Okay. I gave you guys a little dose of West Ham here. What about Jared Bowen?
He's not a midfielder. He's a winger.
He's a midfielder. A winger is a midfielder.
No, he plays more up the pitch.
So where do you... It doesn't matter. Son is a midfielder. Salah is a midfielder.
Everyone's a midfielder. If you
yeah, exactly. If you're not a striker or a defender, you're a fucking midfielder. And Saka. Fuck you guys. Saka made so many teams look silly. There is so much footage of 7 Manchester City players trying to defend Saka. 7 Liverpool players trying to defend Saka. The guy had a hell of a fucking season.
You guys are.
The guy had a hell of a fucking season.
You're pushing Firpo on us, and then turning your nose up at Saka. How does that work?
He had a good season, but he did not have a hell of a season because last year Saka had a hell of a season, and he hasn't progressed, which is one of the reasons I have an issue with Saka.
He didn't progress.
He did
this
not
season?
progress this season.
Mark,
last year he was a fucking assassin.
You just
this
told me
season
Rafinha
he's
went
like,
from 5 to 11. That was amazing.
Mark, open the door and open the door and walk back inside of your mind because you're out of it right now. You're fucking out of your mind.
I know what I saw this season. I know what I saw.
Ah, shit. And now this guy's here. Oh, eat my dick.
Saka has digressed this season.
My nemesis.
Compared to last season.
Listen, and this isn't
I'm like a pig in shit tonight. I love it.
So when we're looking at what's up, Chris? So when we're looking at this, don't look at them in their positions. Just I'm looking at my 11 here, And I can't believe I'm getting more shit over Saka than the fact that I picked 2 goddamn Tottenham Hotspur players on my
Or that
team.
you only have one central
They were the
midfielder.
players to pick. I almost picked Kane.
It doesn't matter. I went with some defenders and some forward playing, some people in the middle. That's what I went. I went with the people that I thought had the best seasons.
It's a 4-1-5.
When you have Van Dijk
Jesus,
and Rudiger
someone's
and
doing their
Diaz
homework.
back there, you can have De Bruyne sit right in front of them. You have Bowen, Son, Salah, Saka flying around wherever they want. Kane plays most of his time on the center circle anyway.
I love De Bruyne is the guy who scored 4 goals in a game is going to be your central defensive mid.
De Bruyne is going to do whatever the fuck he wants. That's why he is Prince William right now, or Harry, or whichever one that is. We don't care because we're American. There you go. They look exactly alike.
I just think
one's got a
if I'm gonna,
filter and one doesn't.
I actually
Showing
picked an
difference,
Arsenal
right?
player. I sent you one. I don't know if but I would have had Odegaard over Saka.
See, in that position,
that's
maybe.
tough. That's tough. Odegaard, I do. We can still get back to your pick, Chris, because we have yours up here. We didn't do it yet.
That's all right.
Odegaard and Saka. Odegaard had a hell of a season as well.
Chris
He's
is
going to be Arsenal's captain next year.
There's no way Chris didn't pick
Mo
Firpo.
Master, who needs to defend the midfield when we're scoring 18 goals a game?
I think you guys would be happy. I think my team only has 3 Liverpool players in it.
No, guys, tell
4.
me more about why this team is shit.
Only 4.
There's no Firpo.
I bet I can get
There's
switched.
absolutely no Firpo.
What you could do is play Saka at left wing back and Cancelo at right wing back. I think I see it now.
What are you talking about? Cancelo is playing as a
Position shouldn't matter right here.
Cancelo is
we
my
shouldn't
striker.
talk
What are you
about
talking
that.
about?
And Martinelli can't
Martinelli
pass.
better than Saka. Go fuck yourself.
Martinelli can't pass. Saka can.
No,
at
he
least
can.
Pass.
He won't. He just won't.
No,
He will not.
Doesn't
You know what?
because he can't. I learned that this season. Martinelli cannot pass, and Arteta better figure that out.
Nothing else, guys. You guys are all happy with Kane getting in the list?
No, I didn't.
Isn't mine.
I don't like that, but I don't like it.
I do not mind Kane being there at all because he did what he did in a very compressed time.
This wasn't a great season.
His time with Nuno, he did fuck all, and it took a while to warm up. But once he got there, holy shit!
It's got to be either him or Ronaldo for number 9. I don't know, like who was a great. Like Lukaku should have had a great year, but he didn't.
He never wanted to be there in the first place. He loved the attention, but he had no intention to fucking put his heart out on the line for fucking Chelsea.
So everybody's okay with the rest of this shit. Diaz, Cancelo.
I mean,
That made me
I
laugh. I don't know why.
almost picked Bowen, but I put him on my bench, even though we didn't have a bench technically.
Yeah.
You know, I had a hard time keeping off. I didn't realize how good of a year Mason Mount had. 11
Oh,
goals.
fuck
10
off,
assists.
Chris. We already talked about Mason Mount, and he sucks.
He's a great number 8, man. I would love to have him.
He would be great with a different team. On this team,
Did you
he's
see my team,
okay
Chris?
because they just rotate.
Justifying my selections. Delicious. I love it.
I'm sadly
You missed a great time. But you
I was
are
helping put the girl
unintentionally
down.
justifying my unpopular selections.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to Chris. Let's get Jersey Chris. There you go. A lot of red on this pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked Sa over Allison and Ederson because I think he probably is the reason Wolverhampton's 8 or 9 as opposed to just the lack of goals they had. They probably would have finished like 12 or 13 again. I think he's probably the best pure shot stopper in the league.
One of the things that I would say about Sa is that this was his first season in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You know, the sheer competition of the league between I don't know what league Olympiacos plays in.
Olympiacos. I love it.
Is that not how it's pronounced?
Who knows, Mark? Nobody knows. I just like the way you say it.
Wait,
Cool,
Cancelo?
man. Chris,
I don't.
Is that
I
close?
don't.
Yeah, I've never seen Furpo.
Anyway,
It
that's
is
where
now
he-
and
that's where
forever
he played.
Olympiacos.
That's
They're
where
a
he
bunch
played.
of cocks. I hate that team.
He played for those limp cocks.
I definitely
There
had
you
like
go.
Odegaard. I had like a 4-way tie for that position between Odegaard, Bernardo Silva, Mason Mount, and maybe Declan Rice. But
I
wanted
looked
to-
at
I wanted-
Declan.
I wanted to make-
looked
I wanted
at
to make
him,
the-
but I didn't feel he had a. I didn't
Totally
feel he had
should do
as
a
good a
poll on
season
who
as
got
he
the
did
best
last year.
I wanted to make everyone on this call happy. I couldn't. Calvin Phillips was out too long for me to put him on the
So
team.
where's Fearbo?
Yeah, where's Berto?
This
I know
is-
you've spelled,
he wasn't counting you guys.
I like Junior Firpo, man. He was on one of the best Betis teams like 5 years ago. I'm kind of sad he didn't pan out. But I gotta have
at Barcelona? Because he's been putting up trees at Leeds.
no before Barca at Real Betis.
No, yeah, but then you said it didn't pan out, so you meant at Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
Because at Leeds he's been phenomenal.
I had a hard time between Kane and Ronaldo. I just think Kane does more, so I had to go with Kane.
That to me is like, yes, Ronaldo scored a bunch of goals despite his terrible team. Kane,
How many
he
penalties
does
did
much.
Ronaldo have?
Kane does so much more than score goals.
Yeah.
He does so much more, and it's annoying as fucking shit. And I wish he would just go to fucking Germany already.
It's funny because a lot of people had I can't think of anyone other than maybe De Bruyne who was great all year. Salah was soft in the second half.
De Bruyne missed like 7 or 8 games too, though.
Yeah, Jota was soft in the second half. Son was incredible in the second half and was slow in the first half. Like,
I tell you, as somebody, if they would have made it through the season without injury, I might have thrown Max Kelman in the mix because he was like, you look at the Wolves
Nobody
record.
knows who that is, Mark. Nobody knows who
Cancelo was at a worse second half than the first.
I'm coming over there now, and I'm
Get on the
going
train.
to murder
We're going
you.
to Dram Shop.
Can we scramble this right now?
Chris,
Jesus
you
Christ.
didn't get to see all the other. This is Rhiannon's team. I don't know.
I love it.
And this was Mr. Tom's. A little bit more serious than Rhiannon's.
Yeah, so I was thinking about it. When I look back at it, I think Matip had a better year than Van Dijk. So that was like another one.
Mark
As I
picked
had
Matip.
Earlier on, Matip for me was an incredible position choice by, to put him in there because they had spent money on Konate for that position. And they're like, well, we're going to give this to Matip. And he fucking crushed it.
Well, they both played well, I think.
Yeah, but Konate came off the bench in like the 85th minute. He did not see a lot of time.
But I thought he was our best player in the Champions League final by a mile.
Well, that doesn't say much.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so everybody, so guys, let's rank everybody's picks and whose team do you think was actually the best? Whose team do you think was the worst? Put it in the comments right now. Right now, I think Gary's team is winning. People are choosing Gary's team as the most realistic.
Y'all don't forget I put Rafinha in my starting 11.
So here, just to review,
And
here is Mr. Tom's with Firpo, Melier, and the Eddie and Ketia. Here's Rhiannon's team.
That's a great team.
All right. Here is
That's
Jersey
all right.
Chris.
That's all right.
Here is
That's
Mark.
also all right. He'd get a few points.
Here's
I'd
Gary's.
get a lot of points.
And here is mine.
I think Gary
All right.
wins.
So we got some. people thinking Gary wins.
I know.
Gary
fuck
wins.
all. Vote for me.
Hey,
Well,
hey.
that's it for all of our.
Wait a second. You forgot my team.
Uh-oh.
Wait, you put a team together.
The Rangers
I
up.
did.
All right, let's. He's got Shesterkin in goal. Fear. Hey, Mark, you made it.
I'm
Mo
honestly
Master.
gonna be the worst. Am I a defensive midfielder or an offensive?
Doesn't matter.
Hey, I'm up there as striker. Saul gets midfield.
Hey,
Saul
John,
in that KDB position.
You know, I
John, you
can't
picked
vote
my-
for this. I'm
you
not
picked my
on this
position,
thing.
left
Forget it.
wing.
I didn't even make the squad. I didn't even make the squad. This is
Gary,
bullshit.
it was either you or Furpo. It was either you or Furpo. So you know.
Oh, well, that's,
He
no,
figured-
then that's
he figured-
understandable, isn't it? Sorry,
I
Junior.
like
you
it.
carry on doing your thing, mate. Sir.
All right.
We gotta let the people have a tinkle.
That's a fantastic team, John. I love that Shesterkin is back there in goal. Wow. Yeah. And
Were you
look, you got this
uninformed?
The only
Dolphin
thing I
guy.
don't like about this is that I actually have to cover for Furpo. And I'm not that quick.
But don't
you
worry,
got
your
Shesterkin.
keeper is wearing a shit ton of pads and has a stick.
Can I get Saul to kind of track back for me?
No, he's busy
'Cause
covering
I
for
want-
my ass, who's
I want-
lazing
I want
about up
clean
front.
sheet bonus
Ben
that you'll never
can,
get.
Ben can actually cover for Jersey Chris because you're gonna do fuck all.
Gary probably has the most legitimate team.
There you go. I was a little.
No, I
could say
think
was a
John
little lazy,
does.
but I felt like they got
You're-
some of it right.
Gary didn't do anything sentimental for anybody.
No,
He's just like, let me pick the team that's going to win the league.
Yeah, Gary's like, I'm going to beat everybody. We're going to smash them and mash them, and we're going to get every game. We're going to win every point. And I was just like, we're going to beat no one. No, I'm just kidding. We'd beat everyone. But
And why is that, Mr. Tom? Why is that? Because the cream rises to the top.
I like
Jeez.
Mark has like the indie rock picks, like Conor Gallagher and Ruben Neves, just like unsung heroes.
You know what? That was like. I mean, why not?
you've-
I actually had said earlier on, rather than it being one
I think Gary
one
has to lead.
squad, why not have it be like a first team, second team, third team? You know, give some appreciation to players that might not get it otherwise. I picked Conor Gallagher because he's gonna go back to Chelsea and be buried in the roster.
See, but Mark,
He's
you
not gonna
pick your
play.
team
Goodbye
with
to
these whole
Gary. Gary has
storylines
to
in your
leave.
head of like, okay, let's look at,
Gary, they don't
well,
want to
you know, who had a better season? Allison, yeah, he was better, but Sa, it was his first year, and he also had yogurt for breakfast, which made his stomach gurgle, and then
fuck
he had,
off.
you know, I'm just
Hey,
saying,
hey,
like,
hey,
no,
hey,
it's
hey,
best,
hey,
best
hey,
players,
hey.
best 11, best 11.
Jose Sa had a badass
Gary.
season.
Gary has to
Yeah,
lead.
terrible fucking season.
All right, thank you for having me. I'm sorry I got to go.
All right, Gary, thank
Mark-
you
Mark's
for
about
joining
to
us, man.
leave the show.
All right.
All right. Well, guys, what did you guys think about that little segment that we did?
won
Did
that,
you
really.
guys enjoy that? I thought that was fun. Nobody liked it?
I had a
think
great
Rhiannon-
time.
I think
I had a
Rhiannon-
great time. The best.
I don't know. All Leeds is pretty incredible call. They
No,
almost
that was specifically the last team to play. The last team to play. The team that kept them up the last moment. Did y'all see that video where Calvin Phillips hit the crossbar when the stupid reporter asked him, like, okay, Leeds stay up if you can hit the crossbar, and he just walked up and smashed it and was like, what? I really enjoyed that. Like, what a
I
stupid...
didn't realize that
He's
was
far
how
too
the
nice.
league was decided.
He never turned around and went, what?
No, you saw way back here in his head, he was like, fuck off.
His nan would have smashed his face in if he turned around and
No,
really
he
went,
was very
"What?"
nice and pleasant. All right, guys. Well, it's about that time to get to betting in the dark with Mr. Tom, where
Yeah.
we will
I mean,
discuss
yeah.
something to put some money on. All right, let's do it.
Betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
All right, Tom, what are we betting on this weekend?
You tell me.
Ooh.
No, right. We've gone with the Home Nations clash, and I fancy Scotland to win this because Ireland are the absolute. Sorry. I know we've got some Irish folk in the fans, but the absolute dirt worst. I mean, terrible. Lost to Armenia.
Ireland.
Anyway,
yeah.
Was Mkhitaryan
anyway,
on that?
so who cares? But Scotland are going to win by exactly 2. McGinn is due, and you only need Shayad to have a shot. It don't even have to be on target.
If
Just
someone
has to have
crosses it and it accidentally deflects off of him and into the goalie's hands, is that a shot?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
Well, a shot is a shot. It could be over the bar. It could be.
I'm saying
anywhere.
If John McGinn crosses it into Che Adams, chest, and he doesn't know about it, and then the goalie catches it. That's
a shot on target. That's a shot on target.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't have to be on target.
No, just a shot.
No, just has to be classed as a shot. But anyway, yeah. So I thought, obviously, the 2 goals is very specific, but I picked something. So yeah, that's one.
I like Scotland.
But I do genuinely.
I just don't know about John McGinn though. Yeah, but John McGinn.
He only doesn't have to score. Could be an assist.
Yeah, I'd put $1 on that. Sure, why not?
Is anyone from Leeds represented in this match?
Cooper may be selected.
Cooper for Scotland. Yeah. All right,
that's right.
Let's go next one. Next one up.
Northern Irish, right?
Dallas is Northern Irish, but he's got.
This is more of a sure thing one. I actually think Belgium will win this 3-1, but they didn't actually give me the option for that at the time. So I had to go with win, both teams to score, De Bruyne score or assist, easy 5.
Belgium to win. Yeah, I just haven't been following the Nations League at all. Do they actually play? Like, does everybody actually play?
Belgium lost. I think they lost 4-1 the other day. I think I might have that wrong.
I think you're right.
Anyway,
maybe this is their revenge.
But they are. I mean, obviously, this isn't exactly a glamorous pick, but I had to pick something, and I thought, what's something that definitely actually stands a chance of happening in this game? Because the options are actually quite limited because it's such a disparity in players outside of 1 or 2 on Wales's team.
So what do we have on Northern Macedonia versus Bosnia?
I fancy North Macedonia to win the bookings.
Yeah, is Goran Pandev still playing?
Pandev retired, didn't he?
I think he may have.
Yeah, after the Euros.
Really?
Anyway, can we do the final one, please?
All right.
I've gone with this one, and this is another oddly specific one, but obviously gone with the obvious of England to win, because keep in mind, we were so piss poor in the last week in an attacking sense that they have to come out firing tomorrow. They can't sit back in a double pivot and hope that Italy go bore themselves to death. So Harry Kane to score, and I think Tammy Abraham may see some match time, but nearer the end of the game. Scores the last goal. Monies.
No. I see Italy beating England just because they didn't qualify and they want to show who's boss. Italy wins this.
They're not even the boss of North Macedonia.
Just saying.
The saying
I honestly UEFA made this Nation League tournament to keep everyone competitive, and I don't even think England are taking it seriously, if I'm being honest, because with that shockingly bad.
No one's taking it seriously.
I think it was.
We managed to scrape a draw against Germany. Scrape a draw against Germany because of freaking Kane penalty. Like,
and Kane was offsides.
It's just shockingly crap.
I think they actually created this tournament so we could do betting in the dark in the summer.
Yeah, they had to find something for us to do.
I would actually love that.
Cyril had a word with UEFA and went, "What we're going to do in June? What we're going to do in June 2022, lads?" UEFA went with sorts and out, Cyril.
How about give these guys a break? No, we shouldn't do that.
No.
All right. Well, that was it for betting in the dark with Mr. Tom. It is time for a little bit of a break for us. I know we're running a little bit long at this point. I think Mark already took his pee break, huh? Yeah, I saw you sneak away. But the rest of us need a little pee break, unless you want to sit here and talk to Chris. So we can play a little video. Excuse me. We could play a little video, or Chris, I know you're itching to talk about football, so
we don't. I thought we're doing trivia. Or
we're doing trivia next. Yeah, trivia is next. I'm just saying. I know you need to talk. You have this need to talk about football. I can go like
the trivia.
Rhiannon, Mr. Tom, do you guys need to step away, or are you okay?
I need a drink.
All right, Mr. Tom.
That's most important.
What's that, Cyril? Cyril needs a pee break.
All right. So it's Chris and Mark, or we're stepping away for a second. All right. We're going to step away for a pee break, and here's a clip of James talking about Leeds. Have fun. We'll be right back with trivia.
Marsh is more of sort of a young up-and-comer, but also with, there's a substantial background for him. And I think that, he's starting, gradually to win people over. I mean, I think he's going to fall in love with Leeds. I mean, who wouldn't? And, like I fell in love with Leeds, almost, 35 years ago.
Yeah, you got to say it's a little bit of a difference for, a guy like Marcelo coming from Argentina and Spain and everywhere. Jesse Marsh, I know I put him in cowboy gear and I call him the outlaw and all that, but he's from Wisconsin, as somebody mentioned. He's a cheesehead. So he's got to be going, the weather in Leeds is fantastic. Right? As opposed to Marcelo.
Here. What are people talking about? English weather,
He's walking around in T-shirts. He's doing all right. But so you think he's doing the right things with the fans? Because so much of Leeds United is not just about the football. It's about the culture. It's about the fan base. It's about the city. That was what made Marcelo Bielsa so loved, was he would walk around town. He would go to the bodega, whatever the version, the little deli, the markets or whatever, and he would stop for photos with people while he was thinking and ride his bike and things like that. So, and that's part of why Marcelo Bielsa is going to be loved in Leeds forever.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Forever. So,
I mean, we'll always love Bielsa. Always. I mean, we'll revere him. That's never going to change. But like I said, I think that the team needed a players manager after Bielsa. I think they needed a guy who interacts with the players, who's maybe closer to their age, who not so distant. I mean, Bielsa was part of the community, which is great. And I think that eventually, Marsh will be somewhat similar, but I mean, not to the extent that Bielsa was. I mean, Bielsa completely just, immersed himself and living in that area in Yorkshire. We'll see what Marsh does. I don't envision him as a person who would keep his distance or remain aloof from the fans. I mean, he's met with fans. He went with supporters groups. That was one of the first things he did, like in the first couple of weeks there. And you saw we had the Leicester match where, we should have gotten something from that, where we dominated. Then the Aston Villa match, which was, not so good. I mean, so it was some really bad football. And then, all of a sudden you see, how he rebounds from that. And the team just has like a sense of belief, I believe, I think. And he's restored that. And I think that's what we needed. I think we needed somebody who, hugs the players, who goes up to them and, I don't know, slaps them, in the back and that sort of thing. And that's what they needed. They needed some sort of reassurance because, look, it wasn't great. I mean, those games, those matches under, Bielsa prior to Marsh's arrival were not great. I mean, losing by 6-0 and out and 7-0 score lines. I don't care who you're playing. That's pretty bad. And, I think the players were starting to lose belief in themselves. I mean, you saw that at Tottenham. I mean, I think, you saw a team that virtually was quitting at Tottenham. And I think Orta noticed that. I think Kinnear noticed that. I think Rads noticed that and said, look, we got to make a change. A change has to be on the horizon here. And so,
what I saw that makes me wonder just how much people are unhappy with Jesse Marsh. I see it in my feed constantly. Marsh out, Marsh out, Marsh out. I don't see a lot of people saying, Marsh here. Do you guys? I'm like thousands of miles away. Do you guys hear or see the same thing?
I don't really see that on my feed as much, but I do. But I guess towards the end of the season, when Marsh was in charge, and before we even stayed up, there was a lot of. There was just a massive divide between fans. And it's felt like the ones that were supporting Marsh were basically being told that we didn't that because we didn't weren't thankful or grateful for what Bielsa did. We're supporting Marsh. It's like, well, that's not true at all. Bielsa did what felt like the impossible. Like, we'd been in the championship for 16 seasons.
Sure.
It's like, and we were a mid-table championship team. Like, we were 13th. And he took us to unbelievable heights and went on a right roller coaster, gave us a complete new philosophy, gave us a complete new way to watch football, to something that was exciting. And then all of a sudden, just it wasn't the best way for Bielsa to go. I don't think the board handled that situation very well. But for fans to go against their own just because we've decided to support the new manager coming in doesn't mean that we didn't support Bielsa or weren't grateful.
Sure.
But then there was but I found that some that were immediately like Marsh out. It's like, you haven't even given the guy a chance. Like, he's literally just come in, and the thing is, people weren't liking the style of play or things like that. And I'm just like, well, what do you expect Marsh to do? Like, that's not his team. Like, if you were to give Marsh a proper chance, you would have sacked Bielsa in January, brought in Marsh, give him the January window to at least get some of his players in because he wanted. But no, he's literally had to deal with what he's been given. And for us on the last day to stay up, when literally probably 75% of us thought that we were done and dusted, gone back to championship.
75, that low.
And it's absolutely an utter amazing achievement. And people need to actually realise that what Marsh has done is even bigger, because he had actually saved Marcelo Bielsa's legacy for what he did. Because if we were down in the championship, that's tarnished that. Do you know what I mean? So
be where he started.
Yeah. So let me ask this. of everyone that is managing throughout the Premier League, who's the most likely individual to be fired in the off season?
The off season.
No one would
Or
be
in the,
fired
in
now.
the in the summer.
Changes would have already happened if that was the case, probably.
Yeah. But is there anybody that's going to be fired, or is everyone going to, hold their jobs?
Frank Lampard. No, I don't know.
You don't think he'd sticks with Everton?
No,
I think he does.
I know. I mean, if they're not,
Of course he will.
Seriously,
starting on 0 points.
And no, I'm saying if they're not in 12th place or better, like by October, I think he's done.
That's a tough question. Mark, I think maybe a better question is, out of the managers that we have right now in the Premier League, who's the first to be sacked?
Yeah, that might be what I was trying to say.
And I think Marsh would have to be up there, because I agree that if he doesn't come out hot, I think Leeds is doing if he loses the first 10.
Yeah,
they're spending the money. They spend the money.
Every Premier League manager would be under fire if they lost the first 10. Come on, you can't just pin that on. You can't just say Marsh is up there if you lose the first 10, because every manager would be under fire if they lost the first 10 league games. Like every manager would. Like
Bielsa should have been fired sooner, and it hurts me to say that, in the sense that don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have fired him, and I don't want him to have been fired, but him and Sean Dyche both got longer than anyone else would have got with that level of form.
Yeah.
Both of them. Not just me, like my love for Bielsa. The reality is that most managers would have been long gone with the form that Leeds and Burnley had.
Well, is there
Mark,
anything
I'll answer your question,
Sean
Mark.
Dyche right now? Is he being pursued by anyone?
I think he probably will be in the champ. I mean, I'm sure he's waiting around for someone to get fired. He's a good enough manager to be in the Premier League. I mean, that Burnley team is not. That's not been a great team for 7 years.
They should not have stayed up that
Took them
long.
to Europe.
Yeah. Sean,
took them to the
if you're
Europa
watching, my name is Mark, and I'm an Aries. I really want to see you come back to the Premier League.
Oh,
I really think you're a strong manager.
Mark, I'll answer your question. The first manager to be sacked.
First manager.
You're still hitting on. You're still hitting on Sean Dyche.
Well, if you wore a different jersey, maybe I'd.
I have an answer for you. I have an answer for you. Whenever you're ready, I'll have.
Can I?
No. I'll tell you. Yeah.
Can I just say, this is probably the first time I've actually disagreed. I've actually disagreed with Bremner's ghost because I honestly think if Bielsa stayed, I don't think we would have stayed up. I honestly don't think we would have. I think we would have been way, way down. I think we would have lost a lot more points.
There's no way of knowing if it was true, though, is there?
This is it, though. But this is why it's about. This is why it's about opinions, isn't it? Because
I'm gonna roll with Rhiannon here, and I'm gonna say that in the best case scenario, if that
please do an umbrella joke. Please do an umbrella joke.
Ella.
Under the Dyche umbrella.
Seriously, right? Guys, my name is Rhiannon. Like, give me Fleetwood Mac jokes at least. Don't give me Rihanna.
No, that was just a classic Mark. That wasn't Mark trying to be clever. That was just a classic Mark messing up a name, which we love, Mark. We love that, and you've given us this moment of joy, Mark.
I think that Marsh kept Leeds up. I don't believe that Marcelo Bielsa would have kept Leeds up.
Yeah,
There.
I think
There
Marsh
you
did
go.
the job to
In the
keep you
most-
up.
In the most
Yeah.
stupidest.
So you're
like-
saying you agree with Rihanna?
Yes.
You're under the Bielsa
Under the
umbrella.
Marsh umbrella.
La.
And Mark's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Hey.
Let me tell you, Mark, to answer your question,
agree with
the
everything
first manager
Alicia
to be
Keys just
sacked,
I'm
The first-
looking in the man in the mirror.
I agree with Rob
That's his best
here.
song.
What is happening? I agree with this comment. Number one comment of the night. I will put a star by it. I don't know what that means, but I did.
It's like a bookmark.
Mark, first manager to be sacked, Thomas Tuchel.
No.
Nah.
No.
Yep. They lose their first three, and he's sacked.
Abramovich is gone, man. It's going to be a different. I don't think it's going to be the coaching carousel that Chelsea normally is.
Maybe.
Who's
I'm
the-
telling you, Tuchel.
I'll tell you what. Who's the manager for Brighton? Potter.
Potter.
He's fine.
Graham
He's
Potter.
He might.
He's
Graham
done
Potter.
amazing things.
Graham
Yeah,
Potter
he'll
will
quit.
be the first manager to be sacked next season.
No, dude. That
He
guy.
would quit. They love him.
Oi,
He's the new
oi,
Dice.
oi. I just want to say that 2 years ago, Chris, Dirty Jersey, said that that David Moyes was going to be fired by Halloween.
And he won like Coach of the Year or something.
and he was almost Coach of the Year.
They did.
Still,
All right,
They started off so bad,
underachieving
though.
with his Moyes boys, but I'm just saying.
Oh,
It's
Ben
possible.
Mee. That's right. Ben Mee is a free agent. He's a good fucking player, man.
He played for Man City.
He'll go to Brighton.
That's where they got him from.
He's
Isn't
a
Tarkowski a
grindhouse.
free agent? Did he go to Everton?
Tarkowski went to Everton.
Like it sounded like he's going to United.
Everton. He
Everton?
signed for
I
Everton.
heard United.
He
He's
just
a good
signed for
pickup
Everton.
anybody.
No,
Well, that's
because
more
he
than I
wants
know.
that payday. No. Everton will gladly throw 200 grand a week at him to get the bare minimum. That's what they do.
That is what they do. You guys ready to kick off some trivia now that we have 18 minutes to bust through this? All right, guys.
Do it.
We're having a lock in.
Do it. All right.
Oh wait,
and
sorry.
You noticed the new graphic there, huh? Finally appeasing Mr. Tom.
Who's the guy in the shades?
Where's Rhiannon?
Yeah, where the fuck is he tonight?
It's
What
not.
was that,
It's not.
John?
It's Madonna, not Rihanna.
Where's Madonna?
Here are today's categories: random footy, infamous snubs, since we feel some people were snubbed on the list, Ronaldo or Ronaldinho,
Oh God.
That's a good one.
Jesus fucking Christ.
90s music,
Oh, that's a good.
Yes.
and Disney movies.
Hey.
I
Oh,
wonder if
yes.
we're pandering. Oh, and WTF. All right, Rhiannon, why don't you go ahead and kick us off here? Oh, hold on. Let me just explain the rules to everybody who doesn't know already. If you're in the comments section, please try to get your comments in as fast as possible. The way I try to curtail the lag is by taking my time reading the questions. These clowns cannot ding, ding, ding until I am finished asking the question. And then I will say the first one I heard when I finished talking. So that should give you a little bit of time to put your answers in the comment section. If your name is in green, if you have a little badge by your name, you are a member of the Stoop crew, and you will be under the Stoop crew tag. And if you're not, you're a stooper. So today, who do we have? We
Please,
have
Stoopers,
Mr. Tom,
I
Chris,
need all
Rhiannon.
your help.
All right, so we're going to leave it like that. Mark and Rhiannon, Stoopers. Mr. Tom, Chris, Stoop crew.
Yes.
Mark and I have been separated.
You guys have been
Hi, Mark.
separated. We're splitting this up. All right? So
I don't
here,
understand
Mr. Tom and
why.
I aren't even competing for ding ding dings anymore.
I feel like I've traded up in the world. Like I've managed to sign the Ronaldo of trivia.
just
All
wait.
right.
Now
I'm
Ben.
always
Can we
offside
do-
and never getting
Can we
called.
do 90s music for 100?
Oh yeah.
It's up to Rhiannon, so she's on your team. So you guys discuss it. What do you want to start
I'm
with?
happy for Mark to choose that. Yeah.
90s music for 100. Which Irish band had hits with Linger, Salvation, and Zombie?
Ding ding ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh my God, Mark, you waited. Chris,
That would be the Cranberries.
you are correct. Full second ahead of anybody else. Chris was
What?
way before the rest of you.
I didn't even hear Chris do ding ding ding.
Exactly.
Oh, see. Now you know how it feels every week.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Mr. Tom.
As much as I want
And-
to clean this category up,
I mean,
And
I've
you know
actually
what?
lost my trivia partner.
Like seriously, like is mine on a lag because I literally did not hear Chris go ding ding ding.
I didn't either.
He definitely did.
I did not either.
100% did.
I finished,
I heard him.
and then he ding ding ding.
I did hear him.
It
Sorry.
was
No,
how
I
that
would've
being
said
said,
Chris too.
that being said, remember the people in the comment section don't have to wait for me to finish. So Rob G actually was first. He was before anybody. So and
Yeah.
Jimmy was shortly after. Pincushion, Bono, everybody had
Yeah.
that, but they were all on
Let's
the
just-
Stoop crew
Let's just move to
anyway.
the questions. Let's just get
Yeah.
there.
So Chris, it's on you.
yeah, as much as I want to just do that category all day, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna do Ronaldo, or Ronaldinho for 400.
I have been a teammate at club level with Zinedine Zidane.
Ding
Ding,
ding
ding,
ding.
Ding.
Chris,
Ronaldo
Sorry,
number
guys.
9.
you are named him Ronaldo. All right, Chris.
We'll get Mr. Tom going here. Random footy for 500.
Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
baby.
According to the official FIFA rulebook, how long can a goalkeeper hold the ball?
Ding ding
Ding,
ding.
ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Chris, sorry
6
guys.
seconds.
Chris must be next door. I don't know how his internet connection is so good. What was that, Chris?
6 seconds.
You are correct. And if they hold it longer, what happens?
Yellow
What could
card.
happen?
Kick him in the balls.
Nothing.
Yellow card.
Is it technically meant to be an indirect free kick? Oh, yeah.
It is. It is. And Mr. Tom would get the bonus points. Sorry, Pincushion. I read that one very fast. I knew when I did it. All right, Chris. Keep it
Do
going.
90s music for 600.
Here we go. The classic albums Metallica, 10, Use Your Illusion 1, Use Your Illusion 2, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, Bad Motorfinger, and Nevermind were all released in 1991 in a span of how many days?
Ding ding ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Chris.
I think it's 44 days.
Ding,
You are
ding,
correct.
ding.
It is 44 days.
Ooh. Bremner's Ghost
John?
had it, though. No, Jimmy had it.
What was that?
Jimmy had it.
What did you say, John?
Jimmy had it. Can you hear me?
Tommy,
Right.
can you hear me?
Choppy.
That's my computer. When I,
It's my computer.
He said Jimmy had it. Bremner's Ghost had it as well.
Oh,
Jimmy
had
doesn't
it.
like that.
Too cool. That's crazy that all those albums came out within 2 months of each other, less than 2
It's
months.
so crazy.
That's
I've
crazy.
never heard of any of them.
Okay, Jimmy
How
got
old are you,
those. So did Chris. All right, Chris.
Let's do infamous snubs for 200.
And these are all infamous Oscar snubs.
Oh,
This famous actress holds the record for most Oscar nods without winning, with 8, including her roles in Fatal Attraction, Dangerous Liaisons, The Wife, and most recently, 2020's Hillbilly Elegy.
Ding, ding, ding.
ding.
Mark.
Glenn Close.
You got it. Matthew Burgess trying to sneak in there with Meryl Streep. That is
They're the
not
same
correct.
person, I thought.
Yeah, one of them is doing a hell of a job.
One
All
of
right,
them's
Mark.
a good actress and the other's Meryl Streep.
Disney movies for 100.
This is my life now.
What is the name of Wendy's dog in Peter Pan?
Ding, 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 ding.
Rhiannon.
Nana.
You are correct. It is Nana. 100 points to the Stoopers. Your category.
I'm gonna go for WTF for 100.
Oops, sorry. I didn't show you the screen. WTF for 100. The first person cited with a speeding ticket was on January 28, 1896. Walter Arnold was spotted going 4 times the speed limit in his 19th century Benz. How fast was he going?
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Chris.
20 miles per hour.
Ding, ding, ding.
Mark.
16 miles per hour.
Ding, ding, ding.
Let's see. We've got Saul with 16, Pincushion with 20,
Ding,
Jimmy
ding,
with
ding.
24, Matthew with 1. Tom.
80.
Incorrect.
Ding, 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 ding.
Rhiannon.
30.
No.
Ding,
Matthew
ding,
Burgess
ding.
says 4. Jason says 6. Mo Master says in a Benz, Benzema. You get some points, my friend. Bonus points. That is funny. Who was it? Mark, I think, was next.
2 miles an hour.
He was going 4 times the speed limit. You
It's a
think
half mile
the
per hour
speed
speed limit.
was
Ding, ding, ding.
Chris.
40.
No.
Can we just give these points to the stupid crew because that we know that's where they're going.
I was just hoping that the Stoop crew in the comment section would be putting in funnier answers at this point. There was no speed limit. The correct answer is 8. 8 miles an hour.
So the speed limit was 2?
The speed limit was 2. All right. Stoop crew loses 100 points. I don't know how, but that's just the way this game works.
Can you imagine
Jimmy
if someone
says
just someone was just like, fuck this industry. These cars can't even go as fast as we walk. This will never take off.
Okay.
Yet
I'm
here's
gonna
where
go.
we are today.
I'm gonna go with infamous snubs for 100. The Master of Suspense never won an Oscar despite 6 Best Director nominations.
Ding, ding,
Mark.
ding.
Mark, you've got this crazy wind-up where you go, ding, ding, ding. And that's why you always miss out. I see you going for it, and you just don't say it.
Hitchcock.
You need to just go ding, ding, ding. Fucking hell, of course it's Hitchcock. There you go. I'm just saying, I see you
Pincushion got it
winding
first,
up.
though. Because
I was
Lolo
Pincushion
I-
is the only motherfucker that
I
will
dragged
scare
it
the
out.
shit out of me.
I dragged it out.
Let's go. Infinite
Saul says
Snubs
Ozzy Osbourne.
300.
Everyone's favorite prison drama landed 7 nominations in 1995, including the Best Picture, but lost to Forrest Gump.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Chris.
Shawshank Redemption.
Correct. Rob got it shortly after.
But you're very handsome.
Now, those are the type of things you should wind up for. Not ding, ding, dinging. Okay, Chris.
Do 90s music, 500.
Which 90s rapper was known for not using foul language, but then infamously used foul language in a recent public outburst?
Ding,
Ding, ding, ding.
That was Tom.
Will Smith.
You are correct.
I hate you, Mr. Tom. You fucking bastard.
Thank you, Mark. Before I come.
Rob got it as well.
But what I really wanted to say.
It's the Fresh Prince.
Okay, Eminem. Yeah. Tupac or Biggie? No. All right, Tom.
Fucking Smith. Sorry, Disney movies for 600, please.
Hold on, I gotta give Saul some bonus points for fucking Smith. Disney movies for how much? Doesn't matter. Here we go.
600, please.
Which Disney princess has the fewest lines?
Ding, ding, ding.
Chris?
Snow White?
No.
Or how about the one that's sleeping the whole time?
I can't.
Ding, ding, ding,
You don't get another guess.
I know.
Yes, Rhiannon.
I'm gonna go with Sleeping Beauty.
Is that her name?
Aurora.
It is Aurora. There you go.
I should have thought that through.
That's very Chris. That was.
You're very
yeah,
ding, ding,
yeah.
ding happy.
It was. Hey, Disney expert. Let me just assist you along further.
Yeah. Well done, Chris.
I want to get on her next album, so.
Rhiannon, you're up.
Let's go with Infamous Snubs 400.
Inconceivable. This 1987 Rob Reiner directed gem only received one nod for Best Original Song.
Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding.
ding, ding.
Mark, you did the wind-up. I saw you. You didn't get it. Tom got it before you. You moved your head like this.
Goddamn Princess Bride, motherfucker! I hate all of you. I'm gonna kill everyone.
Mark,
Give me the points,
Mark,
please.
I'm just telling you. I saw you make your move. Your microphone is there. It could hear you in the bathroom, I'm sure. Don't wind up. I saw you wind up, and then Tom went ding, ding, ding. Oh.
As I
winding
I
up.
saw him wind, and I was like, I'm gonna beat him to this.
I'm going to beat him. He's got a big wind up. No, I saw you go, I got this one. Ding, 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 partner.
Andre the Giant was in that movie. It would have been a crime for me to not get it.
Does anybody have a peanut? One of my favorite lines of that movie. Stop that rhyming, and I mean it.
I've never seen it.
Have a peanut? All right, Ronaldinho. I have scored in a World Cup final.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ronaldo.
Tom.
Ronaldo R9, whatever you want, Fat Ronaldo, whatever you want to call him. It was 2002. Scored both goals.
Tom.
Against the Germans. Anyway, can we go random footy for 600, please?
Yes, we can. Who was the first English player to win league titles in 4 countries?
Ding, ding, ding.
Chris.
David Beckham.
You are correct. Spain,
Impressive.
the United
France
States.
at the end, right?
Can't I just do a quick bonus question? Basically, just off the top of my head on this. Which current Premier League manager was a teammate of David Beckham?
Pep Guardiola.
Incorrect. Next.
Jesse Marsh.
Incorrect. He was an opponent of Jesse Marsh, who was actually a teammate of his. It's not a trick question. It's genuinely true.
Bono says Spaceballs.
Yes, give him the points, please.
Gerard.
Nope.
Patrick Vieira.
Patrick.
Nope.
Madonna.
Nope.
Oh, for fuck off, man. Just
I don't know. 1921 is correct.
David Moyes, when David Beckham was on loan at Preston in 1995.
Fuck me, man.
Thank you for that. We are going to WTF.
How many fucking
have
questions do we
have you
here?
had pear cider? No, you haven't. Cider is only made from apples. What is the fermented beverage made from pears called?
Ding, ding,
Mark,
ding.
you did the wind up, but nobody else knew. What is it? You got it that time.
Mead.
Oh, incorrect.
Ding, ding, ding.
Chris.
This is going to be a random guess. Schnapps?
No.
I used to live on this street in the West Village. Matthew, no, Pincushion got it correct first. It is Perry, but Matthew Burgess got it. Jimmy got it. Carol Gunny got it. Saul also got it when he said piss drizzle. And Jason Lillis.
Does that mean I get points?
You do not.
Because I'm really, I'm hurting here.
You
I
are.
don't have anyone.
You are a wine expert, and you don't know about pears.
Fuck off.
No, I'm saying what you're
90s
good at and what
music
you're bad at.
200.
There you go. Which Madonna song was the biggest selling single of 1990, selling over 6 million, wind up, Mark, copies?
Ding, ding, ding.
See, you laughed. I fucked you up. Chris.
Vogue?
Yeah, now do it. There you go. Get it, girl. Kind of, Mark. It works.
All right, let's do Disney movies 300.
All right. What were Aladdin's 3 wishes?
Ding, 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 ding.
Rhiannon.
It was to be official wishes. Official wishes. Okay.
Please.
So
the ones that counted.
So it was
love of
to
God.
free. So it was It was to free him from being under the sea.
You're taking a long time, and Saul is already getting points.
Get in there.
Shut
Yeah,
the
but
fuck
it's already
up.
been like 40
Let the
minutes.
girl talk.
To become a prince,
Wait,
and
sorry,
then free the genie.
You are
First one's
correct.
wrong.
Please.
No, it was to be rescued from the sea. That was an
No,
official
wasn't it to be
wish.
rescued from the cave?
Nope.
No,
He
no, no,
tricked him.
no,
He tricked him in that
Why
one.
are you guys hurting
Oh,
me?
you're right.
He tricked
It's
him in
when
that one.
Jafar strapped him to the chair and pushed him into the ocean.
I actually quite liked the new live action Aladdin.
And he had to
It was
like shake
it was
his
a
head to get
delightful
him.
romp.
All right, Rhiannon, the board is yours.
Oh.
And Jason Lellis gets points for Leeds to win the Prem 3 times. That works.
Let's
Rob
go
gets it for
with-
Baker D.
That's a waste of 2 wishes, though.
When is
Should have
Leeds
been
gonna
Prem and
win,
Champions League.
win anything 3 times?
King Pepe II, who supposedly ruled Egypt for 90 years, thought so highly of himself that he would command one of his slaves to be covered in honey and stand next to him. For what purpose?
Ding,
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 ding.
ding.
Rhiannon,
So he could lick it.
no.
Ding, ding,
I mean,
ding.
he probably did, so I'll go
Ding,
ahead
ding,
and give
ding.
you a point for that. But, Tom,
Flycatcher.
you are correct. Bug catcher, when he was being annoyed by bugs.
Delicious.
All right, Tom.
Can we go random footy for 400, please?
You can. Which country's football team helped secure a truce to the nation's civil war in 2006?
Ding, ding, ding.
Mark.
Bosnia?
No.
Ding, ding, ding.
But, Mark, you get bonus points. That was no wind-up. That was just straight up ding, ding, ding. And you were first.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hella good. Yeah, Chris. You were
Sudan?
a tiger for a minute.
Sudan?
No.
Ding, ding, ding.
Let's see. Has anybody else got it? Tom.
Togo.
No. Let's just say, I want to give you guys clues, but it's in Africa, if that helps.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Tom,
Nigeria.
I want to say no because it's not the right answer.
Ding, ding,
But
ding.
yes,
Niger.
that Nigeria is in Africa.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, Chris.
Chad?
No.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Sudan.
No.
I already said that.
Jason Lellis got it correct with Atlantis. It is definitely Atlantis. It's the Ivory Coast, guys. The Ivory Coast.
Oh, wonderful.
Stoopers?
Saul
from
got
God's
it.
sake?
Saul got it correct a
You
while
need
ago.
something.
Sorry, he said it in how it's actually written.
Someone
Cote
said
d'Ivoire.
Ivory Coast about 6 years ago, but, you know.
Well,
Who's
Tom,
counting
if you would read out the comments, I wouldn't have to read them myself.
I didn't realise I was a paid employee.
Is this Ronaldo, or Ronaldinho?
Neither did I, but that doesn't
Ding,
work.
ding,
either.
ding.
Ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
I have played for Paris Saint-Germain.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Chris,
Ronaldinho.
Yep.
you are correct. Of course,
We
I
know was
do
shit
want
as
to
well.
know Mark's guess.
What was you going to
What were
say,
you going
Mark?
to say, Mark?
Ronaldinho.
Well, there you got it. You would
Who'd
have
they
been
find from?
correct. Chris,
90s music, 400.
T-Baw's Left Eye and Chili were members of which R&B girl group?
Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding.
ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
Chris,
TLC.
you are correct.
I totally beat Chris. I totally beat Chris. That's absurd.
Yeah,
I mean, sorry, he's
I
on
think-
my team, isn't he? Yeah, give him the points. Give him the points. Yeah.
I think you had a
Bonus
lag
question.
there.
What NFL wide receiver's house was burned down by Lisa Left Eye Lopez?
Ding, ding,
Chili.
ding. It
Who was that? I
not
forget the
Julio Jones, but it was
Same team.
Did he
But
did,
much
did he do
earlier.
the wind up for the bonus question?
Nope.
Andre
It was
Bad Moon Rising.
Andre Rison.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm gonna wind it back to see if he did.
He did.
Mark,
Andre
did you-
Rison was a badass. but
Totally
fucking
wound up for the
T-Bug
bonus.
fucked him up. No joke.
Left Eye.
Where's
Whoever.
Lolo disappeared to?
Oh, he's fucking taking a piss.
Side question, so I had to go.
Jesus fucking Christ. You're fucking holding
You
this
disappear
on
in the
our
middle of a
fucking
trivia quiz.
precipice
What's
of
that
our,
about?
of our being like made a fool of, and now you're like walking away because your little bladder's too small. You could have done Randy Footy. Oh, 90s music. Maybe.
You know what's
it
the
might
funniest
be,
part about
what
that?
the fuck? What the fuck?
Is that
More?
a good co-host would have covered for me and not pointed everything fucking detail out about it.
You never told me you're walking away.
Craig David did a
I
song
was
called
taking the
Walking
My
Away.
piss.
name is Roger.
So here you
and
go.
I do love
This is what you get.
drawings.
Is
I just forgot the Yanks
WTF.
would know who Craig David is. Anyway,
At only 2 days old, this infant holds the title as the youngest person ever to have a Billboard hit, since her dad used the sound of her crying and credited her on the song Glory in 2012.
Ding, ding, ding.
Mark.
Denzel Washington.
Is an infant?
No. Denzel Washington is not an infant in 2012.
This must be like Eminem's daughter.
At only 2 days old, this infant holds the title as the youngest person ever to have a Billboard hit, since her dad used her
Oh
sound of
shit! What's
crying.
Jay-Z's
Ilian
daughter?
Mel- Ilian Melier.
On
Northwest.
Glory
Northwest is a
in
good- Northwest is a good guess.
2020.
Northwest is not correct, but finally somewhere close.
Ding, ding, ding. It's ding, ding, ding.
Chris.
Blue Ivy? Like, what's Jay-Z's daughter's name?
Yes, Blue Ivy
No.
Carter.
Really?
Blue Ivy Carter. And Matthew Burgess got it as well. He probably got it faster than you.
I was
Even though you
secretly
got
hoping
there,
it would be
Chris.
Junior Firpo.
All right,
Can
we're going
anyone
with
get me a
Ronaldo,
beer, please?
Ronaldinho. I have been a teammate at club level with Carlos Tevez. Who just
Ding, ding,
did
ding.
that?
Ding,
Okay.
ding.
Tom.
It is CR7 when he played at Man United in
You are
2008.
correct. And out of respect, I didn't write his name fully. There you go. Tom.
Can we do a random footy for 100, please?
What is the record for red cards given in a single match?
Ding, ding,
Not
ding.
enough.
Tom.
4.
No.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, Mark. Get it.
Fucking 5.
No.
Ding, ding,
Oh.
ding.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding.
Rob is closest so far, but
21.
still well off. Well off.
Ah.
Think
Ding, ding,
about
ding.
the numbers of people. Yeah, Chris.
13.
Which year?
2011. It was Claypool versus
Killing me.
Victoriano Arenas.
Ding,
Jason
ding,
Ask Firpo. Good one. There you go. Yeah, Rhiannon?
ding. 7.
No, you're still well below.
Oh,
Ding,
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 ding.
ding.
Captain Kangaroo with
Ding, ding.
8.
32.
You're getting closer and still not there.
Ding, ding, ding.
Chris,
So 11, 11, 7, 7. Couple of
I
coaches
didn't ask
each
you for
side.
math.
44.
Closer, but too
I
much.
now have to change my combination lock.
38.
Nope.
39.
No.
One is
37.
the loneliest.
No.
that I'll ever
36.
do.
35. 34.
For
33.
doing the work, Tom gets the points. It's 36. He
So it's every
threw
player.
out all
Good
22
Lord, I'm
players,
so lost.
every substitute, and some technical staff. What a good match
Do you
that
know
must
Leeds
have been.
Leeds used to have a player until this week called Noah Kenny, who has never played a Premier League game yet. That's the distinction of still getting a booking
Oh, yeah.
in the Wolves game.
Yeah.
It was one of the subs that ran across the pitch, but he's never played a Premier League
I've
match.
never played in a Wolves game, but I've yet to get a red card.
Go to sleep, Mark.
What? Okay, we're going with Ronaldo for 500. Who is this?
Wonderful.
I won the Ballon d'Or in 2005.
Ding,
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 ding.
ding.
Tom.
Ronaldinho.
Nope, you took too long.
Why would
It was
anyone know
Ronaldinho.
that?
Because there's only 2 answers.
I don't know how I would know that.
All right,
Andy's
let's close the
music for
category.
300,
I was the
please.
youngest player to make my debut for my country as a 16-year-old.
Ding, ding, ding.
Mark,
Ronaldo.
you're correct. It is Ronaldo. Good guess. Do you know which Ronaldo you're talking about? Doesn't matter. You got the points. Your category,
90s
Mark.
music 300.
Here we
He's
go.
on you. Stop
What
at the
are the
94
first
World Cup.
names of the Gallagher brothers from
Ding, ding, ding,
Oasis?
Ding, ding, ding.
Rhiannon, you were too early, but I'll give it to you.
Nolan Liam.
You are correct. I
Name
also
the
would've
other 3 members
accepted
on the first album.
No one
John,
cares because it didn't make any
Marshall,
money.
and Tucker.
Bonehead,
All right,
Timothy
Rhiannon.
Carroll, and Paul McGuigsy or something.
Yeah, I also would have
Not bad and
accepted
brick.
Nabed and Prick. Those
Beautiful,
were
beautiful.
just as many
Because
points as
it's,
the other
it's
answer.
very accurate.
All right.
Disney movies 200.
What are the names of Ursula's eels?
Ding, ding, ding.
Uh-oh. Chris.
Flotsam and Jetsam.
You do know your Disney films. Flotsam
Dude,
and
I've watched that
Jetsam.
movie about
I
100
also
times.
would have accepted Liam and Noel.
Rhiannon's got a look on her face of someone else knows my
I don't
specialist
fucking
subject.
care.
I'm in trouble.
Syphilis works. And Rob G, I know you typed those in
It
on
was my
time.
abject sadness at seeing Mark
Wrigley
knew
and
a bit about
Smiggly.
wrestling. I was like, oh
Wrigley
no.
and Slimy. All right, here we
Random
go.
footy. Random footy 300.
Who was the
No.
first player to score in 5 World Cups?
Ding,
Ding, ding, ding.
ding.
Now, let me just say, I will give a bonus 3,000 points if any of you get this. Any of you.
Ding, ding, ding.
Mark?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you know,
there's your
Messi.
points.
Don't know.
No.
Miroslav closer.
This is when I should have gone for my P because
That was going to be my guess, Tom.
I'm
but
gonna
you
get a
said
my
before.
P.
Juice Fontaine.
I can't.
Which
I can't do this.
player.
It's going to be in the Women's World Cup. That
Marta.
who's the
Jesus Christ. Well done, Stoop crew. You get your 3,000 bonus points. You
Yes.
worked it out together.
I know my women's football, baby.
It was Marta.
Brazil.
She was the first player, male or female, to do that. Fucking badass, that chick.
You would have been coming back from your piss very early, so probably best you didn't go.
No, because I kind of... No, Chris got on his own. Well done. All right, let's go with infamous snubs for 500. This breathtaking 1999 World War II opus somehow lost to the smaller period piece, Charmer, Shakespeare in Love. What the fuck?
Ding, ding,
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding.
Tom,
Saving Private Ryan.
you are correct. Adding to your lead, making it a clear 8,000 points ahead.
9,000.
Right now, it's still anyone's game.
I've got a feeling it's still going to the last question, and we've already took out our specialist subjects. So this probably hasn't worked out as well for us as we hoped.
Yeah, Disney movies is like a daily double coming up in a second.
All right, here we go. Chris,
What?
Spaceballs.
or who got that right? Yeah.
Tom got
All
it.
right. Random footy for 200. Which 2 countries participated in the first international football match?
Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding.
ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding.
Chris,
England and Scotland.
Yep.
you are correct.
Should we check if Mark's alive?
He is. I
I
think
thought he
he's
was
just
on.
having
I
a
thought he
nap.
was on. I thought he was on his way to Lolo's ass to batter him.
He's coming to
Wait.
murder me.
Fuck you.
Is that a rally cap?
Fuck all you guys.
He's
Fuck
coming.
me, you said
Rally
you
time.
threatened him on camera.
Chris.
Rally
You threatened to
time.
murder him on
Fucking
camera.
beat you in fucking trivia here, but let's go
Mark,
with
it's time-
What the fuck for 500?
All right.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
we are now at 9:19 in the evening, which is the double or nothing round. Now, these are all worth double points. If you
Jesus
answer
fucking
incorrectly,
Christ, you're
you
making
will
this up
lose
as you go
those
along.
points.
Much like
Don't-
your
Mark.
fucking math.
Don't answer.
You've been-
Tom.
You've been here for 2 years. I'm making everything up
It's
as I
not
go
in our
along.
interest to answer.
Yeah.
Known as one of the greatest NBA players of all time, Shaquille O'Neal only has one of what stat on his record?
Ding, ding, ding.
Chris,
3-point field goals made.
you are correct. A 3-pointer. That's for double points.
I know that he's notorious for being shit at 'em, but I thought if I say that, I'm going to end up costing my team double points.
I mean, he's shit at free throws,
The
but he only made
laziest.
one 3-pointer.
Actually, I did mean free throws.
Hall of Famer of all time.
Yet he was
Shaq
still
was
amazing.
Fucking lazy.
Yeah,
Well,
but he
thinking
was
of
still
Michael
amazing.
Jordan, Bremner.
He was lazy, and he's like, well, you know,
All right, we're going for
I'm gonna
Disney
wait-
for
I'm
500.
gonna wait
This
to
is
bid.
double or nothing.
wait
If you
to bid.
answer incorrectly, you lose those points. Who was the first Disney princess?
Ding, ding, ding.
Rhiannon,
Snow White.
you are correct. You should have let Chris answer first so he can lose points.
No, I knew that.
Oh, you did.
Speaking of princesses,
All right.
I just
Rhiannon.
want to put out there right now before we read the next question.
You're putting
But,
out the princesses?
I read today that Julie Cruz passed, and she was a hell of a singer and had a couple of songs that were pretty cool. And she introduced me to the legendary Pink Dots. But she passed today, and I'm very sorry.
Well, big shout out to
Julie Cruz.
and her family. I don't know who that is, but
I know legendary Pink Dots, but I don't know Julie Cruz.
You don't know from
we're going to go to the last question here on the snubs category. The legendary star of Meet Me in St. Louis, A Star is Born, and Judgment in Nuremberg was virtually ignored by the Academy. Only 2 nods and no wins. Ironically, Renee Zellweger won Best Actress in 2020 for portraying
ding, ding.
her.
Ding,
Rhiannon.
ding, ding,
ding, ding, ding.
Barbara Streisand.
No.
What?
Ding, ding, ding.
Mark.
Judy Garland.
You are correct. Coming in hot. And Carol Gunny gets it as well. And that is double points.
Sweet.
I'm trying to get you guys up there, but
We're still getting destroyed.
that was one where you really needed Chris to ding, ding, ding.
I wouldn't have answered that in a million years.
I guess I gotta go with.
I did know it, Chris, to be fair.
I guess I gotta
Bono
go
with
with
James
what
Stewart
the
gets some
fuck
points.
or WTF 600.
All right. In the 1870s, the city of Liege, Belgium, attempted to employ what animals as mail carriers? It didn't work out due to their fuck-off mentality.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Rhiannon.
Sheep.
Nope.
Ding, ding, ding.
Mark.
Leeds fans.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Ding,
Carol
ding, ding.
Gunny got it correct. It
I was
is
gonna say, I
cats,
thought
and it
cat,
was actually kittens for some reason. They thought they would go home, and they just didn't. They just took fucking forever.
I like that you
All right, guys.
wrote
It's Disney movies. It's up to you guys if you want to play this winner take all. It would not behoove Chris or Tom to play this for winner take all because even if you win double or nothing, you would still win. But it's up to you guys.
All right.
That's a big no from them.
So
here we go. How many brothers does Prince Hans of the Southern Isles have in
Ding, ding, ding.
Frozen?
Oh,
Rhiannon.
ding, ding, ding. 7?
No,
Oh, I know what it is now.
that's minus points.
Oh,
Rob
ding,
says
ding,
7
answer
as well.
for me.
That's minus points.
No, Rob, don't online people don't answer for us.
I know how many now.
I think
Fucking
you should
millions
say-
is wrong as well. Sorry, Saul.
This.
Bono
want
says
a chance
3.
to guess
Rob
this.
says 6. He's one of
It's
7.
only worth 600.
Debbie
and
says 9.
we're
That
down
is
by
also
4,000.
wrong.
No,
So actually,
stop.
it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna go
You're
with
getting
7.
fucking screwed
17
over
is
by the
also
comments.
wrong.
Is it 2?
No, it's not 2. I swear. God, why?
Spawny's gone with
He's gonna have,
7.
he's got like 11 or
He
something.
won't win the match.
Mo Master, why are you doing this to us?
Lolo, is it 11?
Is it what she said?
I've gone to go to
It
Scotland.
is not 11. Sorry, you got that wrong. Sorry, minus points.
I'm when the
Jimmy actually got bonus points for saying, "We tried so hard and got so far. In the end, didn't even matter." Well done.
I think Lolo should get points for his rendition of it.
Aaron Aspire. 6, Jason. Sorry. No.
Oh, please.
One
Someone
that's-
put me out to my misery.
We were on course for the most dominant victory in the history of this game. And our own team have took it from us.
Nope. The correct answer is 12. 12. And
I'm not far off.
That's not
Still
fucking
11.
worth 4,000 points.
we'll split those points.
Pisses me off.
And it looks like the Stoop crew is going to take this victory
Yeah,
with
sure.
9,000.
There's not fucking Ben Ireland to complain about.
11 and a sub. Mo Master with bonus points after the fact. Well done there. Well, Jesus, y'all, this has been a fun show. I think. Did you guys have fun?
Really?
It's a top 5 show for
Oh,
certain.
Jesus, you're fucking waving your arms around on a fucking silly stick. Look at
Silly
you.
sticks. There's 2 of them.
Look
sir.
at you.
Mark,
You're not even bringing fucking Cyril on. And
Mark.
you over there.
I'm going to have to mute you. Mark, we're closing the show.
I'll
Save
have
this
the
for the after party. Mark, I want this Mark on the after party. Just let me close the show and fucking let me shut the doors. Get inside. Throw your cigarette out and get inside. You know, this is the moment. Thank you guys so much for being here for the entire show. Please hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button. Throw in some cash if you got it. If you think what we're doing is fun. We need to survive as well. But we love you guys. Thank you, Rhiannon, for being here. We always love having you here. Mr. Tom, we sometimes love having you here. Chris, thank you very much for showing up. You need to show up earlier if you want to talk football and not nonsense. Well, there's a lot of nonsense earlier. If you guys want to join us backstage and hang out for a minute, we will be here for a little bit backstage hanging out, and we'll let the hair down and we'll unleash the Mark. But guys, last words. Anything about this week? Anything?
Are you going to put the link out?
I have it there. I'm about to put it out.
Oh, okay.
I don't want any. There you go. It's out. Anything else you got to say about today?
Say
You guys are a
goodbye.
fantastic panel. Look at you.
Ella.
Almost
Play us
thought
out,
about
John.
putting
We're done.
Jota.
That's it.